Oh,
All right.
Already.
That was an awkward
Welcome,
start.
everybody. Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to episode 19. We got Eric Burke with us this weekend, and Shan is joining us. So
what's up?
this should be a great one.
Let's hope.
Happy to have you, Eric. It's always
happy
good
to
to
be
have
here.
a fellow carpet person.
Definitely.
Heck yeah. Got to represent.
I got to be in the minority.
Yeah, this time it's going to be Michael saying, what is
that
What is
locality?
a Morelia
I've watched-
Sclerota?
I've listened to every MPR and every
Oh, you know
NPR
then.
for like re-listened to everything, so I should be
Right.
not too far off.
Okay, cool. You've been schooled. Very good.
Oh yeah, COVID lets you catch up on all the old ones.
All right. Well, before we start, anything new with you, Michael?
I think I got the last baby's Transpagos rat snake to eat, so
There
all
you
four
go.
are eating. There's definitely one male, and then I need to pop the rest once they finish digesting. Everybody else that's new is doing good. The rings are doing good. They're shedding a lot.
You'll have to post some pictures.
They're growing
I want
quick.
to see them.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely send you some. The Angolans are doing good. Baby Sambo is another couple 8, so I get to probably send those off next week. And then I've dove into the turtle abyss a little bit and did a bunch of research. Not that I haven't done it in the past, but now it's like, I could trade this to my buddy for stuff I have currently. What's a couple razorback musk turtles?
Why not?
Not that I'm gonna necessarily do it, but turtles and tortoises are one of those ones that you're like, well, I guess I could sell everything and do that too, but it's always tough. And then you realize that you don't have any time when you get home from work during the week.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Dom? Anything new?
Not much new, but I kind of fucked up last week. So I still have one more feeding to do, which I haven't had a chance because I was gone for 4 days and I didn't want to feed everything before I left. So I'm going to do that on Tuesday. But I decided to feed all the little, the 1-year-olds or the babies. And so I'm feeding everything. And my cages are like, the 1-year-olds are right, I don't know, they're midway in all my cages. And then all of a sudden I hear thunk, thunk, thunk. I look up, my roughy that, because I keep hearing everybody says cohab your animals, my 3 roughies are living together. One of the roughy grabs the other roughy's head and then he bites each other. And these are 2 6-foot-plus roughies and they're both wrapping each other. Okay, so now they're both coiled together and I'm trying to feed like little babies just under because obviously they smelled the rats and all that. Man, so I opened the cage, but the way my cages are done up is that there's full of like these branches tied to the walls and all that. So both of them are tied to the branches. I'm holding the ball of snakes and now starts to wrap my arm and I can't use the other arm. I finally get them all unwrapped. It took like, honestly, about 4 minutes to get them out of the cages. Meanwhile, their mouth are still tied together and all that. Anyway, so I did something that I usually wouldn't do. I didn't usually I would have just ran to the sink and, put some hot water or cold water. It always works. But this time it's been like 4 minutes. They're on my arms and they're still tied together. And I've got a bucket of alcohol that I always dip my hands into to wash between cages. I just took the snakes and I dipped their head right into the alcohol. They let go right away.
Right?
So it worked. They let go, but I'm not going to lie to you. Next thing that was like, holy fuck, what did I do? I just dipped 2 heads of 2 snakes inside of like isopropyl 70% alcohol. I wasn't sure how stupid of an action it was for a second there. And I'm like, can you drink alcohol 70%? I think you can, but it can't be that good for you. But I'm like, they probably didn't take that much in. Or anyway, I got him to separate. I am no longer cohabbing my roughies because that was a stupid idea. They're both fine. For the next little while, they kept yawning and opening their mouth and all that. And it's been a week now, and they're still both right there at the door waiting for their next meal, right? So I think it went well. That being said, I don't know if I'm the first one to have dipped two heads with their mouth open inside alcohol at 70%, but yeah, you want to talk about stupid things you do sometimes? I did a really big stupid. But they're doing well. Except for that, what else is new? Yeah, life is good. Not much else is new. How about you, Shannon? Anything new on your side?
I had the last feeding this week. No, just probably have 8 snakes now. Obviously, Brettles that are still have to feed, but that's about it. Everything's pretty much the norm. Yeah, selling lots of snakes this week. Well, I was off last week, so all the things I needed to do and send some snakes. I went to the airport once to do 2 shipments. One kind of scared me a little bit. Actually, that's something we could talk about. So had 2 shipments going out to Alberta. One to Big D's Exotic, pretty well known, I guess, in Canada. I don't know if he's well known in the United States, but anyway, sent him some snakes. Dom and I sent him some snakes. I took care of the main thing. I dropped it off, and he wanted it at the hub. Both package left and everything. First thing I wake up to in the morning, and I wake up early, is this package is delayed. And I'm like, no way. So I started looking into it. I start talking to somebody from that basically books the whole shipment, Reptile Runner, so Nielsen. I'm taking care of things, and he says, let me get back to you. And I almost felt like they were trying to blame me for everything. He's like, well, you didn't bring it there soon enough or drop it off soon enough. The drop off was 4:00. And I'm like, I was there at 4:00. I'm just telling you, they didn't scan it in until 4:13. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I talked to the customer about it, and he's like, I don't know why you're worrying about it. He's like, it's a glitch. Apparently that spot there, it's at the hub and everything, and it's just saying it's delayed, but he went there and it was already there waiting for him and everything. So it scared the bejesus out of me, but yeah, everything went well. The package went well. Customer's super happy, but apparently he says this has happened like 5 or 6 times. So it was kind of good to have the customer kind of calm me down. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's terrible, right? I don't know. Something that I try to be proud of is or honor for the customers, give them the best customer service. And when things fails and get out of your control, it's kind of hard to keep it together. But yeah, no, everything else is good.
How about you? How about you, Eric? What's new with you?
Yeah, new with me. Probably just getting MPR back on track and getting ready for a breeding season. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
So, are you planning on actually breeding anything this year?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got 2 clutches of diamonds, reduced pattern girl to a San Diego Zoo male, and the Riverbank Zoo girl to the San Diego Zoo male. Inlands I'm going to take a shot at. Gelatins I'm going to redo. I have my Red Tiger project. I'm going to try to prove out Poison Ivy. What else is on there? I think there's something else that I'm forgetting. Oh, the Russian Tigers. There were those coastal carpets that were from the Moscow Zoo. We had the line here. Mike Curtin worked with it for a while. We bought both. He sold out of 2. I think he produced 2 clutches with them. There's a story behind that. They were bought from this guy. I think his name was Randy McKnight. He's from back in the day, early days of carpets, and maybe like the early 2006, something like that. And he got these 2 snakes that this is when Mike Curtin was trying to go into Jags. He was trying to buy a Jag, and the guy wouldn't sell him this pair of snakes unless he bought it as a pair, because he said they came from the Moscow Zoo and they have this locality. I think the locality is called Yakapur Depot, but turns out that that's like a business. So I guess they found it at the business. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but anyway, the project was kind of lost. I had a female, Owen had a male, and Eric Hernandez had a female. So I have Owen gave me his male, and Eric Hernandez sent his one of his females here. So I'm going to try to do 2 clutches of them, put them back. They produce reds, they produce tigers or stripes, and they produce red stripes, which is weird because they're very banded. And what else? I think that's it. I think that it's not a big season this year, but enough.
Did Eric base his red stuff off of the Russians, or was it something else that started his red line?
No, he's working with the MBB stuff.
Oh, yeah. His reds are super nice, and I don't even keep carpets.
Yeah. His stuff is nice for sure. But yeah, that's kind of what I have going on.
That's still going to be a pretty big season. If you hit on all those, you're still looking at 60 to 70 eggs on them easily.
Oh yeah, and gelatins. Did I say gelatins? Gelatins.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, probably. I guess I probably am gonna work out some kind of deal with Owen where he's gonna sell them. I'll just wholesale them to him or whatever. I don't know. However we do it.
Yeah, just wholesale them to him and Lucas.
Make it simple. Lucas will buy them too. Yeah.
Just send them all over there and tell them you just send me half of everything you make.
The diamonds, right. The diamonds are probably going to be, if I do get lucky this year and produce them, they're probably going to be the one that I'll hold on to the longest. I have this thing where I like to hold back a clutch the first time I produce them because I like to see how they develop and what develops and how it correlates with the parents and all that kind of stuff. To be honest, it's really given me an eye for picking out animals. I seem to always luck into these animals that I don't know what it is that I see differently, but like, I guess it's just seeing a bunch of them. I don't know, but there's like just little subtle things of like how a jungle is going to look or how a coastal or an IJ or whatever is going to look, and they're blushing or how it's going to, the base color or anything like that. But I think diamonds, they're kind of uniform. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how they develop. Like the one that I got, that's the Riverbank Zoo. I wouldn't really call
spectacular.
Yeah,
that one's spectacular. Come on.
I wouldn't call her a reduced
it's out of swirl
pattern, but she's different for sure. Because reduced patterns they have like the bald neck. If I hit it, yeah, sure, Brandon, you got it. Yeah. I hope I can get it. I've had them locked, but I think I haven't gotten them cold enough. So this year I'm opening up the window. I've switched out. So all of my cold animals are in here now. So it's bredli, inlands, and diamonds, and all my other stuff is in the other room.
So you think you actually need to go that cold for the inlands? And I'm only asking because I didn't go that cold, and
I don't know.
She went.
I don't know if you do or you don't. I know that I think I remember in the early days when they first came in, there's all this, this debate about when they would breed. And I think it was the first year that Chuck Poland just bred them like he bred regular coastals. And that kind of defeated the whole debate that they're spring breeders. They had to breed at this time, blah, 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 blah. And they have to get this cold and all that. I don't know. We'll see. What do you go to? Just regular carpet
I did the exact same thing as every single other carpets. The only difference, I went 2 degrees colder on that cage, only because I put them all the way on the lowest, and I went down to 62 on their cage.
Yeah.
So, which is cold, but it's not that cold. That's not like diamond python territory. I go down to like 64, 66 for all my other carpets. So I did go a little bit lower, but not that much lower.
Yeah. I think temperatures and carpet pythons have kind of like, I don't know, opened my mind. Well, let me put it this way. When I was first breeding carpets, it was like you couldn't take them below 70 or they're going to get respiratory infections and all this stuff. And, it's like this number that if somehow you're at 69 and all of a sudden it's game over, your snakes are going to be sick. And And when we were in Australia and I saw the gelatins, it was 70 degrees, just normal. So it just made me think, like, is that right? You know, like, it's just 70 degrees and they're out on the crawl looking for food. And I'm afraid to even have them at 70 degrees because it might be too cold for them. So I don't know.
How cold do you get in your room? This room?
In this room? Well,
Yeah.
I haven't
How cold
opened
do you
up.
expect?
Oh, I can get it down to probably 30 degrees if I wanted to, because it goes,
Okay.
I go out back. Like this goes into another room and then right out back. So I could leave that door open and leave this door open and
Okay.
be able to hit that. Or I have a big window in front of me, so I could do that too. So
let's ask it differently. How low do you want to go? Are you planning on going below 50?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
long? Like a week below 50, or
Probably.
you're just gonna do a couple of really cold nights? That's it.
I like slowly bring it down. I don't know if that matters either, and then slowly bring it back up. I think it's more for me than for the snakes. It's just more of that regimen that I always do. And electronics now make it super easy to do. You can program it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be really nervous though. That's for sure.
Are you gonna let it let the hot spot warm up during the day though for
heck yeah.
4 or 5 hours to
Yeah.
the normal temp, and then just cut it off kind of thing?
I actually, with their hot spots, because it is cooler in here, it's always about 70 degrees. I give them really hot spots that turn off. Like the diamonds will get it first thing in the morning and it goes for a couple hours and then it'll turn off and then it comes off later in the afternoon. I forget where I heard it. I think it was Adam that was maybe he was talking on this. I don't know. I can't remember, but they were talking about putting like slate underneath the hotspot where the light is. And it so I've been doing that. That's giving them like a hot rock, I guess, if you will. In a way.
Yeah, that seems more like a monitor thing almost, but which is really smart.
I could see how that would work. Are you thinking of doing even like, you could almost do like a reedy stack even? You could almost put like a couple of layers of state in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you have two hotspots during the day? Like one morning it goes off and you turn it on again during the afternoon? Is that what I understood?
Yeah.
Whew.
I just find that I don't even know why I do that. It just I don't know, it felt right. I just watched their behavior. And when I'm kind of watching them, they would come out and it seemed like they would always be basking in the morning and then in the afternoon before it got later. So I just kind of accommodated that. If I left the light on too long, I don't know, I felt like it would just be too hot for them. So
yeah, I noticed stuff kind of goes in and out of the hides, so you wouldn't necessarily need it. Same as if you were to use UVB in your snake cages.
Yep.
That you don't need to run it the full 8 or 12 hours, right? Honestly, you could just run it for 2-3 hours during that basking period and maybe turn it off and then turn it back on or something.
Right.
Just to make it more effective. You can make the bulb last longer.
Yeah.
And also not risk getting your snake skin cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Try to avoid that for sure. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know.
Nice. Would you do something similar that you're planning with the inlands? If you ever got imbricata, would you do something like in between that diamond and inland?
I think imbricata would probably be closer to diamond pythons. They're on the opposite side of the continent at the same, not quite as far, but they're pretty far south. So
kind of like breadlie almost. Like they seem a lot more arid.
Yeah, I think so.
Whatever. Yeah. Although arid's a vague term, right? Because as we know,
I know what you mean.
Stuff's super humid,
right.
Or like it feels humid, or they get into a burrow and it's way more humid than you wouldn't necessarily
microhabitats.
Expect. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So, Eric, I've heard a few times now. Have you heard a rumor, or can you confirm that imbricata is now in Europe?
I've seen them advertised.
Okay, so if they're in Europe, that means they're coming.
They've been there for as long as I've been keeping carpets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is this how has this?
Is this imbricata or is this the
not the
Flinders?
No, not them. It was legit imbricata.
I was gonna say the Flinders range are already in the United States. We know people with them in the United States.
I know. Yeah, I know 2 people.
Yeah, I know the people you know.
Right.
But Imbricata, if Imbricata
Produce
is in,
them.
yeah, I hope so. If Imbricata is in Europe, how has it not gotten here yet? Like it's pretty easy to get stuff from Europe.
I've been asking forever, man. That King Horneye, Owen Pelly's, all those things. I've been asking forever. And Owen Pelly's were even in Europe before Gavin was doing them. So
weren't they in the U.S. before Gavin was doing it?
I think that they are in the
buried
U.S.
out in a soup case.
Oh yeah. Hank Malt, yep.
Yeah, I read that whole book
in the Pine Barrens, right?
Yeah.
Damn it. Of all the snakes, right? That's the one that he loses in the Pine Barrens. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. But oh man, I would die for them, man.
I just feel like it would just need like UK Python or somebody like that would just get them from Europe, which is in his neck of the woods, and he breeds them once. He pretty much pushes them out to everybody across the world after.
I don't think anybody cares about them, man. That's my honest opinion. I really do. I think that if it doesn't have a morph, nobody gives a shit. That's my honest opinion. There's like the carpet python nerds like us that do, but I think regular people, it's just not. I don't know.
You guys would have a better shot at actually having a market for them too. Like up here, that's why diamonds aren't even that great up here. Like they're awesome, but that market value for how many people actually want to spend that money,
you're right,
is not really there. Like you got ball python people and crested gecko people, but them wanting to spend that on something else is like maybe 20 or 40 people kind of at most that'll spend that money on them. So it's
what do they
really
go for
tricky.
up there? Are they the same as the price down here, like $2K for like a diamond?
So the carpet market is not the same as the US. The Canada US market is not the same. Take West Popman or IJs.
Yep.
I can't even give those away up here, and you guys are selling them for what, $350? $500 US. Oh yeah. My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
The top guys that are doing it are getting 500. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're selling them for maybe 200 Canada. So that's let's say 150 US. And but see, the only diamonds that are being sold right now here is from Star Pythons, and he's selling them for 2K Canadian.
Okay.
And 2K, but you have to pay some shipping, and then you have to pay shipping from one place in Canada so in the end it'll be closer to probably 2,500, but it gives you an idea. So right now he's the only option, but he is a option, but nobody else has bred him, right? So 2,500, you're looking at what, like 1,800 American? I don't know. I feel like that's kind of similar to you guys, or is it more?
There's some crazy prices on diamond pythons for sure. Like some of the prices I look on Morph Market and I'm like, what the hell? But hey, whatever. But yeah, I would think that the just regular diamond pythons probably around 2K, maybe 1,800 to 2K, maybe 2,200 in certain cases. So
yeah, I would say in some ways though, the carpet market, like for retail, like my buddy, he's able to sell them at shows for a bit more like that. Like I think he's had those pop ones listed for 350 kind of thing. I'm not sure what they sell at, but at least has them listed for that. And albinos he's able to sell for anywhere from 350 to $500 still Canadian,
right?
Depending on it, right? So, but it's iffy though. Like, and then you get the sun glows and stuff, which look pretty like they're like a more orange albino. But then if people looked at adult pictures, then they're not as necessarily as good looking as they would think for that extra morph in it kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was a project that I did, and I don't know. Owen has that now.
I've pushed a few of those projects on Shan.
I guess you are the Owen, Shan.
I am.
Yeah, it was funny. I was listening when Owen was on, and he was saying, but you guys were talking about the Angolans, and he was saying why why did I get rid of him? And his answer was so spot on. He's like, he's a carpet guy. He keeps trying to fight it and trying to do all these different things, but at the end of the day, he's a carpet python guy. Yeah, he's right. No.
Isn't it weird though? Because Angolans are still interesting, but because they're not from the right part of the world, even just that bothers me.
Yeah.
And it sounds weird, right? But my entire collection comes from one place, right? So if you move a little bit to, example, Papuan, it's close enough. If you were to move to like, I don't know, all the islands of Indonesia, so you could get the scrubs, you could get the green trees and all that, it's somewhat the same area, but Angolan is just it's just
far.
not there. It's just not even close.
Far.
Like,
but it's like
arboreal.
it's like breadlie habitat almost.
No, but it's just not right for me. It didn't work. Like I bred him the exact same way, and it worked. And I bred him more than once. I had no issue, but it didn't work for me. Like I pushed him to Shan. He bred him, and I think now we got rid of him though.
Oh, okay.
And then Michael got into them.
Oh, okay.
I was happy to get rid of them. They did us well though.
Yeah.
Hey, they did us well for sure.
Cool pythons for sure. I don't know. Like I think for me, I really want to. How do I say this? It's like if I'm doing too many things and trying to learn too many things at the same time, like I don't retain it. So like I've learned that like I know for some people this is like. Some people it's bad. Like for Owen, this is bad, right? He needs that, other thing. Oh, like every time he turns around, there has to be a different thing, right? I don't know. I'm just happy with carpets and the shit you can do with just that. There's so much stuff that still has to be done. I mean, this idea that I wanted to breed all these pythons, it's all great and all well and good and all, but like I haven't even bred all the carpets yet. Let's focus on that first, you know what I mean? And then move on to other things if that's where it goes. But I just haven't found a snake that ticks that box for me like carpet pythons do.
I'm surprised you kept rings for so long after keeping mine for a month. They're like a constant, like you have to check on them every day.
Every day.
Kind of thing, right? Like every day they're like, oh, their water bowl's dirty. You gotta clean that. Oh, they've
make sure the
4 times
hide
in
is,
one day.
Has humidity, it's wet and all. Yeah, they went to Owen. White Lips went to Owen. All those type of things. Because I don't know. I had in my mind that like a python's a python. How different can it be? Oh, it's very different. Very, very different.
Rings are a colubrid. Like they're a colubrid
basically
in terms of like they just spaz out and run around when they're little babies. Kind of
That's
thing.
why he loves them.
It's kind of cool how they box up at you.
I want one
too.
I must say.
Yeah.
I saw that one from Jason Hood, and I was like,
oh yeah,
wow. Whew.
Yeah, I think the issue with them is they just don't retain that color, and everybody thinks they're going to be like a yellow and black jungle carpet when they grow up, and they're just not. It's just the opposite. I mean, I still think they look cool when they're adults. I think it's one of those snakes, though, that you have to see in person. You can't get it from pictures because of all the iridescence and stuff. I think Tom Keoghan was, I don't know if he still does it or not, but like when he was breeding rings in the US, he was really getting that color to sort of stay into adult, like he was refining the color. I mean, it's definitely not what it is when they hatch out. I guess they fall more into that ball python type of python where they start off like killer, and then as they age, they, kind of lose that. But I think that's why they're not popular.
Yeah, and
the other things, right?
And they bite the shit out
bite.
of you.
They want to kill. Like, Owen was on the MPR forever talking about how he's afraid to get blackheads or antaresia because they're gonna eat each other. And it's like, but this snake that really is eating each other, you have. Like, what are you doing?
Rings are like the worst for it, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's been 2 males that he's lost. And he ended up just sending the female to Ryan Young. And I don't know.
And that didn't work out either.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. So, I don't know. Cool snake for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's surprising how big they get, too. Like, they're pretty tiny. Like, I have a yearling female that Cody Joe, like, didn't start off super quick. So, it's, like, almost the same size as another hatchling, but it's had the color changed already.
Gotcha.
But up the food rate and they're shed like 3 times in the last 2 months. Like they're going quick. But yeah, no, they're still so tiny when they hatch out, and then you're like, oh wow, this thing's gonna get 5.5, 6 feet eventually.
I don't know if you guys listened to the story of when we had Dr. Ross on. He's the guy that wrote the breeding of pythons and boas.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he smuggled them out. He's like, he was a doctor on the island, and he kind of like just put them in something and put them in his pocket, and like kind of like that was it. Just kind of got on the plane, and there they were. So,
can you imagine we could still do that? Just like pop it in there and just walk away with it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I was glad we got to talk to him before he passed.
Weren't they? Didn't he say that they were like Candoya or something?
Yeah.
When he actually like looked at it, I think he had to go back again or something.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, and then I brought him home. And then
damn it.
Then it turns out they were just Candoya.
Yeah. What is this shit? You know? Oh man. Yeah, that was
still awesome.
That was a good show.
Oh yeah. The book itself is interesting too. Like some of the rare boas and stuff in it are like they're not even in the hobby anymore that are in this book.
Right. Yeah.
And it has the Peter Krause Owen Pelly pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah. Owen Pelly is a Peter Krause. Wow.
Or what was his name in the book? It was
I forget.
Schwartzman.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah.
There's something
like that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow, I forgot about that. That's wild.
All right, so when I had asked Eric to come on, you told me that you wanted to clarify the story of the
citrus
tigers. So how about I give you the air there and clarify what, in your opinion, has not been clarified properly.
So a lot of times they get labeled as a cross, and I'm not saying that they're not a cross, but here's my pushback. A lot of jungle carpets with undocumented animals in it are still called jungle carpets, as long as you're identifying the fact that it's you know what I mean? Like I think it was, you were talking with Riley, right? He he was right in how he was saying that I think he said something along the lines of, that's like, I will never tell you that it's pure. It's not pure. No, not at all. But here's how the story goes. It was Anthony Caponetto, who was breeding he was breeding tigers, Jason Balin tigers. So they came from Jason Balin. He bought the tigers from Jason Balin. He bred them to what he called this HCQ coastal carpet. And I guess it was high contrast Queensland carpet python. That could be jungle, that could be diamond. He said yellow in it. I mean, jungle, that could be coastal, or what's now northern. I don't know. It's all variegata, right? Basically, he took those animals and he bred these things called HCQ tigers, and they had this yellow tone to them. They were a lot brighter, not quite like a jungle, but sort of had like this weird tone to it. At the time, I don't know if you guys remember Reptile Radio, but Reptile Radio had this guy. His name was BT. He was a big time purist when it came to all snakes, like colubrids, pythons, all that. He wanted purity. So he had this animal that was sold to him as a reduced pattern jungle. But when he posted it up on the forum, the MP forum, a lot of people gave him shit and told him it was a coastal. So he decided to sell it because it was like, everybody's telling me it's a coastal. If you looked at it, the body looks like a coastal, but the color looks like a jungle. So I don't know. It was bred by Jane McPherson, who at the time was breeding Van den Vetter jungle carpets. So that line is pure, right? So I don't know. I guess this animal that was in question for all the purity people were like, no, we got to get rid of it. So they sold to Will Bird. So he had these HCQ tigers that he was breeding, looking for something to breed it to. We wanted to make them brighter and brighter and brighter. So he bred those HCQ tigers to this undocumented, we're going to call it carpet python, Queensland carpet python, I guess. I don't know. So he bred it to that, and then out pops these tigers that have like this orange. They're just beautiful. To me, what it was is when I saw them, I always wanted a retic, and you know how retics have those portals in the side and has that gray that goes down as the base, and then there's black that outlines the citrus tiger was that. To me, I was like, I didn't give a shit. A lot of people gave me shit about it not being a morph. I don't care if it's a morph. That's a pretty snake. I want that snake. So I bought a pair. I liked them so much and thought that there was so much potential that I bought his next 2 clutches. So I pretty much owned all of those. I bred them a couple times. I've got amazing results. I started to get this idea that I wanted to breed them to albinos because I thought that the contrast that was in the citrus tiger would translate into really nice albinos. I kind of got out of that project. Riley's kind of running with that project now, which is good. So I don't have to do it because I don't really do those cross things anymore. But I still have, that line and those. I don't care if they're pure. I don't care. They're just a pretty snake,
So Eric, sorry, I'm just going to cut you off for just a second, just so I
Yeah.
understand. Well, you said that initially they were Variegata, right? But Variegata would make them Darwins. Am I not thinking that if they're northern
I'm talking
carpets, then
about
they'd be
like
Cheney?
No, I'm talking about like, how like so in Queensland, like Rockhamptons, what do you consider them? Are they jungles or coastals?
Well, Rockhamptons are Darwins. They would be
Exactly my
Variegata.
point.
Okay.
Well, that's in Queensland, right? So that area there
Yeah.
is kind of like gelatin, that kind of whole.
And again, gelatin is Darwins as well.
Correct.
Whether you like it or not, you can call them gelatins jungles, but they're still Darwins.
I kind of look at it like I'm kind of just locality at heart, like I'm not here to say that my Rockhampton is a Rockhampton and it came from Rockhampton and this guy picked it, whatever. But it's a cool looking snake. They have awesome head stamps. So yeah, I'm going to try to keep breeding that line, keep having that line. And if there's 10 people that like it, that's great. If there's, if there's nobody that likes it, I like it, but I don't know. Yeah, genetically, I guess they're variegata, but I still wouldn't. I don't know. This idea that now we can just like go crazy and breed everything to everything, I think confuses it more, I guess. I don't know. I feel bad for new people coming in carpet pythons,
Yeah, I think some new people even kind of get confused with like just Exantic stuff. They're like, oh, I got an Exantic from this person and an Exantic from that person. And just by pictures, I'm like, that one looks like a Papuan.
Yeah.
And that one might be a coastal or a hybrid.
Yeah.
And it's
this is what I'm trying to figure out. How do you get to that new person before they're buying that snake? How do you get to them to and I think sometimes like what I'm trying to do is not come off as elitist, because I think sometimes Morelia, I don't think it's purposeful, but it's like, it's like, well, that's not exactly correct, like that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to get people from not doing that. But I think when you're just labeling something Exantic, when we have a Papuan that can be Exantic, you have a coastal that can be Exantic. In Australia, they have jungles that are Exantic. Can we be a little more specific? Like I don't know. That's where I think people get misled, because if you're just saying Exantic, my assumption would be that it's a coastal carpet. That's what I would think.
Yeah, you see a lot. Well, up here, I guess Dom and Shan are producing all the granite Exantic stuff.
Yeah, popping.
Well, yeah, you have that too.
IJ.
I guess like what I mean by that is like I think there's more people breeding Exantic coastals than they are Exantic Papuans, at least in the States.
Scott's in the house.
Scott Iper?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, what's up?
You got to keep in mind that it's not only that, like you're talking about incorrect terms, they're not even Exantic, right? Like if you look at just the word Exantic, it should be hypoxanthism.
Yeah.
Where like we're all over the place and our terminology is fucked and it's completely wrong everywhere in every step of the way.
Yeah, like we're pretend scientists that don't know anything about anything, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's something that's I've been kind of trying to figure out. Like, how do you get to that newer group or that
I
pet
don't
keeper group?
I don't think there is, because you got to look at it as, if I bet you if we took all of us four right now and you looked at what was your first snakes that you've had, whether in our case us three would be carpets, but Mike just pick whatever type,
Sand boa.
sure, whatever rocks your boat. We probably all started with some type of a mutt snake, because when you go to a show, the mutt carpet is going to be $100
Hmm.
instead of being 300,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And half of the ones are just like carpet python, albino carpet python, or just they're just labeled like that without even a locality or
Yeah.
without a species, right? So that's where you start, right? You just buy whatever you want. You love them, you hear from everybody to buy. These are the cool snakes. You get them, and then you finally breed them, only to realize that you started with garbage stock, and then you
Yeah.
tend to have, like,
Yeah.
you know, a renewal, and then you end up getting rid of those, and then getting maybe better animals the second time you go.
I guess my feeling is that because I went through that, and as confusing as it was for me, and time wasted, I don't know, maybe it wasn't wasted, maybe I learned stuff at the time, but like, yeah, my first two carpet pythons were sold to me as jungles, and clearly they were some kind of cross. But they had yellow on them and they had black on them, so the guy at the pet shop didn't know any different. And then I was so disappointed when I started reading that there was, like, pure stuff, and I'm like, "What? What? My thing is not real?" Like, I don't know, it just felt like shit, but
Yeah, I definitely see. Like you need the guys selling at pet stores and at shows to sell the pure stuff, or else the person that's like, hey, I want a carpet python for like my third or fourth snake, which generally seems to be it. Working tables a few months ago, like we like was it my buddy had some nice German line jungles on the table that actually we did sell one of them, which is
Mhm.
nice, and then we had breadlie, and then
Right.
I'm not sure if we had any other carpets yet. I think they all sold because he just posted some pictures of what he got in from Dom and Shan, and they just sold like
Yeah,
immediately. Or he's holding on to them to color up for next year,
right.
and that was easy. But then he'll also get in the mutts, and those will sell too because they'll sell for $250 because people want their first kind of carpet python, and they just like the snake.
Yeah, I'm not anti-mutt, I just think you should just represent it correctly. I did do that for a while, but I don't know. I think seeing wild carpets changed me. See, Scott will tell you. Exactly. um, I think seeing wild carpets changed me because, well, just seeing, I think herping has changed me because when I was herping with rattlesnakes, you go into the environment and you're looking at these rock rattlesnakes, and they blend in perfectly with, you know, whatever stone they're from. Um, and yeah, there you go. uh, um, yeah, if you found the diamond python in Sydney that didn't look like, if it didn't have the exact rosettes and an exact pattern, that they would be saying it's not pure. And it's just like, oh man, And real quick, back to the thing with the rattlesnakes. When they blend in with their environment so well, I think that that's part of the awesomeness of that species. Um, when I was keeping like albinos and zebras and exantics and all that kind of stuff, I was keeping them in just, paper on the bottom or whatever. So the thing that was popping out to me was really the snake is what was popping. Whereas like when I'm looking at these snakes in the wild, their whole it looks different than when I'm seeing them at a show or something like that. And I started to appreciate the natural variations of those animals. And I think it was actually when we were in Queensland with Scott, that I got a new appreciation for. I guess that was coastals because we were like in the Brisbane area. Um, of the variability that's just within, you move from one, you got like a population here, and then you move over to this different spot to herp, and there's a different population and they look different, and you're like, wait a minute, but they should all look the same. That doesn't look like the coastal carpets we have in the US. And here I am for all these years arguing with the Australians when it's right in their backyard. That's like somebody trying to tell us what garter snakes look like. It's like, no, it's in my yard right here. What are you talking about? I don't know. So I don't know.
Yeah, I find it. I personally like all the natural stuff and locality stuff, especially with like colubrids, because like you look at a Trans-Pecos rat snake and everybody's breeding blondes and silvers, but then like a nice normal Trans-Pecos with the white tipping,
it's hard to
and the
beat.
black and that tan, and then they have the back half of their body has like more maroon saddles going on. It just like it's a fantastic snake.
Yeah, I think that there's so much variability in carpets that there's a lot of selective breeding that can be done. I think that a lot of people focused on yellow and black for so many years and like have neglected, say, the other stuff. I'm happy to see people now doing it with popwins and stuff like that. Because if you are somebody that crosses and you're making morphs, if you have prettier base snakes, like the normal is prettier, you're going to make prettier morphs. So I've never understood the thinking of not selectively making your normal stock better. Maybe it was an influence of Keith McPeak because he did that a lot with short tails. And like talking to him forever, he would see like a little pattern or a little something, and then try to see what happens, whatever. And then it would just progress. And then all of a sudden they got marble on the side of it, and how did that come out? And he's like, yeah, I just selectively bred for this. And it's like, holy shit, so I don't know. That's kind of where my headspace is. You can't do it all, so I'm going to try to refine the ones that are not refined, like Darwin's. Now my kick is Darwin's. I kind of raised the flag about the Popwins, but now it's like Darwin's don't get no love. They can't be selectively bred like the Popwins could be selectively bred. Yeah, you could get all kinds of cool stuff in there. Cool banding, I don't. Yeah, tons of.
Some of those ones Nick's working with.
Is it the reduced pattern? Like insane.
Oh yeah. I have one of them. Oh man, that thing is so nice. Yeah.
And we can't get any. Well, I'm sure we could, but I honestly don't think that there is any pure Darwins in Canada.
I'd like a pair of normal pure Darwins. Those would be cool.
I think somebody would have to just import them from UK Python, which might be the only person we probably can get them from. But I don't think anybody's actually bothered to bring. I don't know.
I think Star Python might, but
there isn't.
Who knows if they're actually pure?
They're not pure unless they came from Europe. I'm positive of that. Anybody can say that they're all albino Darwins, but I don't think they are. Not in Canada, anyway. Like Dom's pretty right with that.
Right.
It's kind of disappointing because everything albino that I've ever produced is all mutts, and for that reason, I think I have. I don't know, like 1 or 2 albinos left in my collection just because they're albino head granite, and technically albino and IJs are kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So technically an albino granite, and dare I say, is pure. Yeah, exactly. You don't like that either. But technically speaking, an albino granite is pure.
Until they change the taxonomy again.
Well, according to Nick, he said that they were basically identical, right? Like,
oh yeah,
So if they're basically identical, they're technically pure. And one of I have an albino head granite that is 25% head axe, but he turned out to be mosaic, so he's got the black speckling all over, which is really bizarre. Nice. So I can't get rid of him. He's so unique that that one's probably staying in my collection. But technically. Technically, it's pure.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm with you, Lisa. Those hypo Darwins are amazing. The ones that they had in. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you're right on it too. They some of the stuff. Like I don't know if you guys saw that clutch that Matt Somerville just produced from his Darwins. Holy shit, that female is insane. I would give him $1,000 right now for that animal. Like. That snake is so nice, and there's nothing to it. It's not anything. It's just a Darwin.
His funky roughy is pretty cool too.
The one that's like light. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I sent that to Dominic earlier this week.
I saw that actually. It makes you wonder what it is. Like, is it hypomelanistic? What is it? Like or could that be an exanthic? I don't know. Like if you remove the yellow, could it be that? If you remove the black, could it be that? I don't know, but it's
Owen's so upset. He's so upset
because he did not want.
No, he didn't want morphs and rough scales.
It's gonna come for sure.
But yeah. The other one you wanted to hear about was poison ivy, right? You wanted me to tell you about that? Okay. Poison ivy is that
Yes.
melanistic IJ that I had bought years ago. I bred her. So the people that maybe don't know. Races I hear McCabe might be getting sunk. There you go. She was pretty much a black animal. She had a white belly and like black gray scales on the bottom, like this weird pattern on her belly. I don't know. She went for sale. The guy that had her bred her to a jag, and I didn't know what the story was with her. I didn't know this, whatever, but I saw the black snake and I was like, okay, let's try to see what it is. So I get it from him. So I'm trying to find and research this guy, this ball python breeder. He used to be a carpet guy. His name is Jake Milbrat. He reached out to me because I posted a picture of it, talking about it, and he had said that he thinks that those animals are from a pairing that he did where he had these two imported IJs that were very melanistic. I can send you these pictures too if you want to see them, but they were very melanistic. But not, it's kind of like sometimes you'll see people post up dark IJs and they're like, oh, this is a melanistic looking IJ. And it's like, it doesn't look the same as what I've seen. Like what I've see is just, you can still see the pattern on the ones that people are saying are melanistic, but it's not like completely gone. Whereas with poison ivy, it turned black. It was black. At some points you could see her pattern, but eventually disappeared and she was black, except for like she had markings on her face and then she had a brown stripe that went down her back. Anyway, I bought it. It turns out that Anthony Caponetto had bought the animals from Jake, and this guy had bought those snakes from Anthony Caponetto. So I was able to trace back, which I kind of love that. I kind of geek out about that, like the finding the history of an animal, whether it's pure or not. I don't give a shit. Just how it went through and who bred it and what they bred.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I geek out about that shit. So I was super happy that we were able to now say that this IJ is for quote unquote, for all intents and purposes, is pure, right? So I'm like, okay. So I was talking to Nick and he said you should breed it to a light animal. So I bred it to a GQ IJ, and out pops all normals. I got all normal looking babies. So I contact Jake and I was like, hey, Jake, when you produced them, did they hatch out normal? And he says, yeah, that's why I sold everything, because they hatched out normal. I said, shit, I guess these hatched out normal too. So maybe it was nothing. He said, yeah, but poison ivy hatched out normal and now she is there. So I'm like, okay. So I held on to that clutch. Every shed, first, what would happen is their head stamp would start to fill in. So like they had the skull and crossbones type of thing. Next thing you know, the face is gone. And it's almost like the Darwin flat head stamp. And then every shed you would start to get the side pattern would start to disappear, to where some of them, it was weird. I would have black, half of it would be black. And then the bottom half, I have to see if I can find this picture. It had like the normal, like really fired up saddles, to where it almost looks like orange, and it's really wild. It's like the top half is black and the bottom half is like this orange. But now they've all turned basically the same as her. I have 3 clutches of these things that I've bred, and they all pretty much have fallen the same. The issue is they're all males. Everything I have is a male. So I had
How
to
long
wait
did that take for them to do the color change?
I think maybe 2 years. Maybe I'd have
Kind
to
of like
look.
a black milk snake, I guess. They usually do it like
Yeah.
a year to 24 months kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Is that a gene?
it-
Is that genetic? I don't know.
Is it
Go ahead.
bad luck that it's all males that you had, or is that like possibly the animal?
She's a male maker.
Could be. Could yeah.
I'm
Oh
just
no, it's
curious.
gonna be
I-
like
It's a ball python.
I
What is that
I don't
ball
know the
python
answer.
thing? Banana? Yeah, I don't know. It could be. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it could
Okay.
be. Or it could
So
just be shit luck. I don't know.
That's just really weird, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some pretty bad luck, but for you to have 3 clutches, all males?
Yeah, all males.
Wow.
So I have all these
Like
male.
Like
Dark
every
IJ.
baby in the clutches was a male, or just the ones that got melanistic were males?
All of them got melanistic.
Hmm.
Yeah. All of them turned melanistic and all of them were males. So I don't know. So this year I have an IJ, dark IJ that's from Ish. I picked up, and I'm gonna breed the darkest male I got to her and see what happens. That's kind of where the project is at. I kind of think it, if I were to guess, I, is it like an IMG boa type of thing? Is it something like that where the melanin comes in as they age? I
That's
don't
what
know.
I would. That's what I would kind of think. But I guess you gotta, as Nick would say, you still need to prove it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't really talk about it a lot because I don't know. You don't want, I don't want to, I don't want to say like it's a morph. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to have those. I'm not trying to say that it's something that it's not, but at the same time, like every time I show somebody, I mean, even Owen, it's kind of like, yeah, I think there's something there, like, so if he's saying it and he hates IJs, it makes me
Like,
feel a little
I'm
more
even
comfortable.
curious to know, like everybody's curious to know what's going to happen, right? I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. I know I am.
I'm wondering if it's more polygenic, and I think if you just
Could be.
describe it as polygenic to start with until you prove it to be something else, I think it's a pretty safe bet, right? You reproduce black from black animals, therefore there's definitely some inheritance factor to it.
Sure.
Now, if it's polygenic, makes you wonder if you would have been able to breed a sibling to a sibling, which you can't, and I think you lost poison ivy, so you can't breed back the son to the mother. So you're kind of like, am I right on that? Is that the
Yeah.
story? Yeah.
Yeah.
So now if you breed a son back to unrelated dark female, it's hard to say what you're going to get because now you're kind of restarting. Because if it's polygenic, it doesn't mean you don't have two black animals that have completely different
Yeah.
markers, or it doesn't mean they're actually going to, potentiate each other. They might also not work together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very
So
possible.
I don't know if that's going to answer a lot of your questions also.
I probably not. Until I get a girl that I can breed
back to
back
Yeah.
and see what happens there. Maybe that's like I don't know. Maybe that's the thing that makes it all black from the gate. I don't know.
And the IMG gene in whatever, I guess it's in
Boas.
boas. Is that recessive? Is that dominant?
I think it's like I think it's just dominant. I want to say. I don't think there's a super.
Yeah.
I think it's just. Although if you breed if you get like a hypo IMG isn't that good. Like it's just like a kind of like a freckly hypo. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Doesn't do that much. But like if you breed the IMG to Anneries or Motleys and stuff, I think I almost want to. No, it's Motley and hypo are allelic in boas, so you can never produce a super hypo Motley. You can only produce hypo Motleys.
Okay,
but either way,
bring it down
Anneries,
to simple. So if you breed just an IMG boa to a normal boa, what do you get?
I think you're supposed to get like half IMG, half normal, I believe, something along those lines.
And is there a way to know if you have an IMG boa at birth, or do you have to wait until you grow them up?
I think there's some markers, but I think you almost have to just wait. But I believe there's markers because they kind of know how to pick them out now. Like the albinos are a bit brighter.
Does it have to do anything with the belly? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm not an imperator person. I'm an other boa person.
Oh, gotcha. Fair enough.
So the reason I'm asking that, Eric, is that if it was an incomplete dominant trait, and let's say poison ivy was, for all intents and purpose, only had, let's say, the IMG gene on only one allele, not on both alleles, so that therefore she's heterozygous IMG, half of all the babies that were born should not have turned black.
Correct.
Right? Statistically speaking, you're telling me that every single baby turned black, right?
Yes. Every baby.
Which then means that either she was the super form that we call it, or she would be a homozygous IMG, because therefore if she gave every single one, she's either a homozygous that gave every baby and every baby's a heterozygous. Like I'm just trying to figure out a way that it would work statistically with what you got.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's not a partho, as we know from Dr.
No.
Booth,
right?
Because they have different chromosomes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's been fun though. Holding back
Yeah.
all these IJs for all
That's
these
been a
years.
long project.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah.
When did you
Uh,
first get her? Like, how was that? Like 2012, 2011, 2013?
I think it was 2013. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I bred her
Wow.
3 times. I bred her back to. I bred her the same male twice, and then I bred her to a tiger IJ the last year. That clutch I only got a few babies out of because that's when she. So the mistake that I made, like a dummy, I keep my snakes on the smaller side. Like I'm not growing them to be huge. I got this snake from. I think I got it from Mike Curtin, and this snake was fed well for a male. And he kept hogging the hot spot from her, and when I had them together breeding, and I guess I should have pulled them, but I didn't, and then she ended up getting a respiratory infection. Odd thing is about her one nostril was closed. I don't know what that means. It was like not closed all the way, but like it was kind of like you could see that it was small. I never noticed it until we started, like when I took her to the vet when she had that. So she had a clutch that ended up, I can't remember the month, but it was very off. It was like a weird time. And she had gotten gravid, and then she ended up dying after that. And yeah, that was a bummer. But thank God I had all those babies. So that's why I didn't sell, because if I would have sold them, then the project would have been gone. It's like if they just popped out normal and I was just like, this is nothing, and just sold them all. And then everybody's coming back 3 years later. Why has my IJ turned black? What's going on? I don't know. We'll see.
Are you thinking of maybe letting some go now to some of your IJ buddies?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's probably time.
Squeeze some money out of Nick's Corvette back into your house.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I need a wing built on my house now.
$10,000 IJs.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This project, what is that? What are we? Over 10
12?
years, 12 years.
12 years now?
Yeah. So
that's a good length for a project.
yeah. It didn't help that I took some a lot, 5 of those years off of not breeding, so
yeah, you gotta do what makes you happy, right? Like that's why we do this. We don't do this just to.
Heck yeah, man.
I know you don't do it to make money. I know I don't do it to make money.
No.
So it's just kind of.
I just wish it would just pay for the rat bill. That would be happy with me.
Although, do you find you utilize that money?
I don't buy snakes like I used to.
Yeah.
I'm very disciplined. I used to be bad. I buy books now because they don't need to be fed or.
I need to buy more books.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to. I did have. I'm sure you've heard me talk about this on MPR, but when we did a couple Carpet Fest, I had. I kept getting mites from people coming into the collection. So I kind of cut that off the last one, and everything was good. But man, those years were brutal, and I lost some really nice carpets out of that really were. I had this hypo looking Darwin that had not an ounce of black. It reminded me of Poster Child. I don't know if you guys know Poster Child, but that was that hypo looking IJ. Beautiful snake. But it looked like that. And it popped out of the line. I think it was like they came in from South Africa from a zoo somewhere. There was a zoo somewhere, but it came through South Africa, and it was unrelated. All kinds of crazy stuff I lost. But what are you gonna do? So I'm trying to rebuild a little bit, but not. I'm actually happy with the collection size I have now. I think I have about 60 snakes. That's kind of a good spot.
That's still a lot.
Well, I used to have 400.
Yeah. And you weren't breeding them all the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now it's 60. So I'm happy with that.
How do you schedule your week for that cleaning? Because I know obviously Owen has a lot more and he's spending a lot more time in it. But nowadays, how do you kind of maintain that collection?
I usually do. I usually do like a big cleaning and feeding once a week, and then I'll just stop in there. Um, I'm up early in the morning, so before I leave for work, I'm usually just going through and making sure everything's okay. And when I come home, I come in through that door, so I'm walking into my snake room. So I'm usually checking it out then too. But
Get a whiff of any smells. It's like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
gotta come through in a bit and spot clean after I have a shower, kind of
yeah.
thing.
Usually my wife will let me know before I get to that point that something's not right. you know.
Yeah, you know you're in trouble when the wife
Yeah.
tells you like there's a smell, you
Yeah.
need to go deal with it.
Yeah.
I've had that every now and then. It's usually just a rodent that wasn't eaten that you didn't notice wasn't eaten.
Yeah.
That smell.
Yeah, that smell.
That
The regurg smell is the only one that's worst. Man.
I had that this morning or tonight when I got home. As
Did
soon as
you?
I walked in the door, I'm like, oh, gotta go into that snake room. One brettle not eating the small little pinky mouse, man, made the whole basement smell.
Oh wow. From a pinky?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, pinkies will do that.
Yeah, I guess so.
The worst is when it hides for a couple days and then you
Right on the
Go
hot
in.
spot too, right? Like it's
Oh,
on the
oops.
heat tape, right? It's like
no,
it's like barbecue. Yeah.
man. Jerky.
Yeah, and then ever wondered what people would think about it? Because I don't know when I'm looking for that. Like I'm opening every cage and like,
Yeah, what is this guy doing?
and you're doing like the little sniff. You just open the cage like an inch, and then you're smelling. Close.
Yeah.
Open an inch, and as soon as you find, you're like, oh, damn it.
Your neighbor's looking
Especially
in
when
on
you're
you.
sick.
What is he doing?
Especially when you're sick or after COVID, I have a hard time smelling things. So I do exactly what you do. I have to pull it right out and like put my nose right in there, right? And just give it a good old sniff, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
what's worse is the baby sandboas. Like I'll leave the trying to get them going. I'll leave the pinky in there, and they cruise around all night, and the pinky just submerges itself into the aspen, and you're like, did it eat it? And then you,
Yeah.
like most of the time you can just see like an arm or something sticking out, and then there's the one that
Help
that's
me.
supposed to eat every time doesn't
Right.
eat, and then
or
you
when
find
it
it 3 days later, and you gotta he's like,
Or when they
Terrible.
drop it in the water bowl. Oh,
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
that's
bad, too.
nasty,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's not as bad as lizard shit too, man. Holy hell, that stuff is terrible. I don't know if you've ever had lizards to where they're taking a shit in the water. Oh, that smell makes me want to gag every time. You rookies. And there you go. Red belly
Yeah,
black
I don't
snakes.
keep anything with legs, so I haven't experienced that in a long time. But whenever I worked with monitors when I was at the zoo, they'd always shit in the water all the time. You'd
Right.
pump their hole, empty everything, put fresh water. They'd go
Shit.
right in there and shit
Yeah.
right away. Then you'd have to empty it again, and then you'd be good.
Yeah.
Same thing every single time. It was freaking frustrating.
Yeah.
oh yeah, turtles too. You gotta keep turtles pretty clean. Obviously some people might not, but like you gotta. I think unless you have a really good filtration system on that
Yeah.
water basin, you still like with my fish tanks. I generally try to water change them once a week, like a good amount, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So a turtle or a crocodilian that's taking a big dump in the water, it's like like you'd almost have to do that like twice a week just to keep
Yeah.
the smell down, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So to any of the guests out there, if you guys have a really good turtle guy we can bring on, please let us know because Michael is going on a really big.
I know some,
Michael
but
kick,
there's
turtle
some
kick.
certain ones I want to try to bring. Same with boas. We need
Is
to get
there?
some rosy boa guys. Owen
Alright,
needs a
as-
rosy boa guy to talk to soon.
Yeah. Yeah. He wants some rosy boas. He
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
know when to stop.
They're
doesn't-
cool. Like
Yeah,
roses are
but
so underrated. Like they're like in the gray band clade, but like even like more niche. Like
yeah.
for some reason, like
They
they're
remind me of
around.
Antaresia of America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are, and they only have a couple babies. You can't overproduce them, right? Like maybe you get a big female that has like 5 babies, but like they generally have that 3 to
Yeah.
5 baby mark. They're just a little bitey.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Well, yeah, they're in rocky outcrops, right? And then, like if you go to put your hand by there, they think you're something going by the hole.
Well, they do like the Walma thing where you'll be holding them, they'll be all cool.
Oh,
and they'll
just all of a
grab you.
sudden.
That's the Rosy Boa thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I know Craig had a good story of collecting them, or not in his first book. I think Craig had a good story about them, so he would be a guy probably to ask for some.
There you go.
Ask for somebody that's good. I think.
Yeah, he's a good guest. He's a good guy. Craig Trumbauer, right? Is that who you're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about? Yeah. He's real good.
I wish Ryan Dumas kept that Turtle podcast going too. It's been a year since they did their last show, I think.
Yeah. Maybe
he was
just,
good. I thought he was good.
Yeah, I love Ryan. He's a good guy. I actually enjoyed talking to him about green snakes, rough green snakes and smooth green snakes. He was studying that. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, he's why don't you have him as a guest? He's a turtle guy.
I think so too. Him and Anthony Pierleone, Ralph Till, all those guys are super cool.
Yeah.
Actually, Russ Gurley would be cool. You guys haven't had a Russ Gurley. You guys should get Russ and Bob Ashley on. That'd be
I don't know. We've talked. I go back and forth with this. It's like I like to just sprinkle in the herp history things every once in a while, because I geek out about that. I think that it's important for people to know, like if they want to know, like what happened in these times, like then they can listen back, and it's kind of going to be there as long as the podcast is there.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I know. Russ started the TTPG, like one of the big captive private turtle foundation stuff. And obviously he's a author and editor and stuff too.
Sure. Yeah.
And then Bob obviously does his own thing.
Right.
It's super neat how like all these guys do so many things sometimes. Like Anthony Pierleone does a whole bunch of stuff, and it's just with the herp, like it makes me almost want to do herp history stuff and that, but then it's I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
None of us have enough time.
I think I know, right? I have I have Keith, so Keith knows a lot of those people. So I think the one we're trying to work on now is Hank Molt.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. You'll get a cease and desist order from Tom Crutchfield in no time once that's out.
Yeah. We've had Tom on. He was on her first, right? Yeah. It would just be crazy to hear stories from him. He's kind of in bad health at the moment, so I hope that he can recover to kind of get his story out there, so it's out there. I think he's 82. I think that's how old he is. So.
Oh wow, he's only 82. I thought he was older than that.
No, yeah, he's 82.
I like how everybody was like, "Oh, he's dead now," and then it's like, "No, he's still going."
But I don't know. I've kind of like, I don't care. How should I say it? I want to talk about what I want to talk about, and I don't want to feel like I have to have people on that fall into this thing. Like, I'm not saying that none of the people that you mentioned were, but like, I don't know. We do carpet pythons, and that's kind of what we do. We do Australian pythons and stuff like that. I don't like. That's the reason why we started the network, is because I wanted that content out there for colubrids or boas or whatever, monitors. But I didn't want to do the research, and I don't know anything about that stuff. And, I started to try to do it, and I couldn't do it. It wasn't fun for me, because I would get distracted with carpet python stuff, be like, oh, well, I want to do this. So it's like, why am I doing something that I don't want to do, so.
Yeah, that's totally fair. But you did a good job with it too. Like Zach and Clint are awesome with their colubrid thing. They've done their like own thing.
Oh yeah,
which is fantastic.
Yeah,
like I love how they like. It was good with Matt to start out with, but then Clint's just that he has that vision.
Yes,
and that like first they have like almost 2 shows in one where they do like the market update and they talk about science stuff, and then they talk to the guests. Half the time it's like I love the market update stuff, and it's like I still need the full 2 hours of the guests talking too. So, but that just means I get to bring guys on more often for repeats.
Yeah, it was. He called me up, and I think it was. I think Owen and Riley had done Colubrid Corner. I think it was.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I listened to all those. That was like a COVID era thing too.
Yeah, and Zach called me up and was kind of like, how do I say this in a nice way? They're getting it all wrong. Like they they were talking about species that they, in fairness, they don't really know, haven't worked with. And Zach's a scientist, I guess. So he kind of knows that stuff. But he basically was like, I want to do MPR, but for colubrids. And I said, perfect, you're hired, and that's kind of what they did. And I think when to your point, when Clint came in, he started adding in things that are they're them now. It's like they've kind of developed their own style and way. Even their colubrid fest is completely different than carpet fest. But
just a little barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny when Zach was like, I thought we were having a barbecue. It's like, nope.
No, you're starting a whole new scientific project.
Yeah.
We're going to fundraise. We're going to start a foundation and an
man.
LLC.
I couldn't ask for better guys. Yeah, they're great. And then Reptile Fight Club, two of my other favorite two people, Rob and Justin, that's great.
Two of
I just wish that they fought all the time, though. They don't fight enough. I want them fighting.
It's Reptile Love Club.
Yeah, no.
You should change their title for one episode to see if they notice.
Yeah. But
on another note about podcasts, I'll be honest with you, I was a little disappointed a few months back when I started noticing nothing was airing from MPR anymore, and I thought that was kind of hurtful, because a lot of people like me and probably many others have been listening to you guys for over a decade, right? It's kind of like the one content. It was like the one thing that it's always there.
Yeah, I know.
You'd always go back, and it was always there. And then you start noticing, there was none this week, none this month, none for a little while. And I honestly, I thought you guys were done, and I'm really happy to see whatever it is that changed.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'm glad to see you guys back. Like, honestly, it's a staple. We need it.
Yeah. Well, thank you. But yeah, I it's been a rough 2 years for me, man. First it was my mom passed, then my wife's dad passed, then her mom passed, and it's just like one after the other. Her brother passed, and it just was like nonstop. So that kind of put a damper in it. And then at the beginning of this year, I kind of came out of that because I was like, I felt that the end of 2024 was off. Like I just, my mind wasn't in it. Owen's mind wasn't in it. So it was kind of like we were just going through the motions, which, I guess you guys didn't notice that. Maybe did, maybe didn't. I don't know. But then so Owen's going through some stuff. And then, man, I got so sick like right after I think it was pretty much the summer, and I just couldn't do it. And there was a point there where I was like, I said, Owen, I don't know, man. I think we might not be coming back, man. But, I stepped away from him for like a week, and I thought about it, and then I was just kind of like, nah, I still want to do this. So now we're back. So we're back for now.
Does that Angolan episode exist?
You said, I thought,
because you
didn't get
released the app. It was just you and Owen, but the title of it said, and like it was going to be Angolan pythons,
and we didn't talk.
But
about
it was just you and Owen doing a one-on-one, which was still great. I was driving back from Alberta after hanging out with my buddies for a week, and I was I get to listen to this. And then it wasn't that, but it was still super good. I was just like, somebody still needs to do an Angolan.
I wonder if I put up the wrong show. I don't know. I'll have to go look at that.
Like it sounded like it was a new show. It wasn't like one you had re-released, but the title of it was just the Angolans, and it wasn't an Angolan.
We didn't talk about Angolans at all.
No.
maybe when I made the show, it was like we did Angolans, and I was like, I don't want to deal with these snakes anymore. Owen, you're taking them. We ain't doing it. No. Yeah, there's not a lot of information out there. So like that is one thing that I will continue to do. We do like a natural history series where we kind of have touched on kind of take a python. You guys listen, so but we'll talk about it, where it's from, all that kind of stuff, the natural history, what the blood lines are, if there's morphs, all that stuff. So I will put that on the list that we need to revisit the Angolan show.
You should try to get, I wonder if that there's that Dutch or German guy that does the Angolan project.
Yeah.
If he speaks good English, it'd be good to have.
Oh, okay. I already tried. Yeah. I tried that years ago.
He has like some cool stuff going on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I think he even imported fresh stuff from South Africa. I think.
Yeah, he has. Do you have I think he has like a long paper about Angle. Do you have that?
No, but
I'll send
I'd
it
be
to you.
interested.
I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, that was kind of where MPR was. I feel you, man, because like I know when I'm the listener, and that happened to me with Reptile Radio, I was super bummed. I just never think of us in that same spot, But I guess after so many years, it's kind of like a staple,
I'd say you've surpassed Reptile Radio at this point.
Yeah,
You've been on longer than them.
Oh,
Agreed.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were on 4 years,
Yeah,
6 years.
Not
3
much
years?
more than that.
And you guys are going on 13, 14 years now?
This is the 14.
And I am 24 in December.
Holy shit. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I started listening back in fall. No, was it fall of 2018 or no? I think it was that. I think I saw it come up on that Don Patterson 2019 show right after you had Vin Russo on.
Oh, okay.
I think that's when I jumped on, and then I just hit the rabbit hole after that, and then I jumped on Smitty's. Then I dove into Smitty's, and then that was it. And then that just hook, line, and sinker into the hobby. So it hasn't gone away a bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Scott. That's cool. You and Ty still doing it. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Podcast, it was kind of like it's weird because I think THP kind of fell into that same spot at the same time. I don't know. They kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it seemed like he was putting out less and less stuff at the same time that we were putting out less and less stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a cycle or something that the OG podcasters are, and there's so much, this is the other thing. There's so many podcasts now at this point. I used to feel bad taking off a week because there would be nothing for people to listen to. But now it's like, I mean, there's so many. But then you'll hear, well, they're not as good, or they don't, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, well, everyone's different too, though, right? Like you got MJ with Steven, and then he has the Green Tree Night, and then now Ari even has a show.
Yeah,
and like that's like its own thing, and every show is kind of different there. They all have their good points to them, kind of thing. Like I know I don't listen to the Ball Python stuff, but every week I got to listen to Steven. Yeah, because like I know that because that's more like you guys kind of.
You
thing,
had
right?
to pick on the Ball Python. Come on.
Come on.
It's a low hanging fruit, man.
It's easy.
Right.
Yeah. You guys don't like ball pythons, or you do like ball pythons?
I just don't think we keep ball pythons.
I've
never kept a ball python.
So I have kept 2 ball pythons.
Okay.
In the start of the 1990s.
Oh, okay.
Actually, was it the start? No, it's the middle to the end of 1990s. I'm not that old.
Okay.
And I've never put them together. I've never bred them. They were my first snakes, and that's it. Never again. They were wild caught, wild type animals, and that's it.
Here's a question: do you think that they were good first snakes?
Honestly, I had 0 issues. I would feed them frozen thawed, and I had no issues. And I kept them in the, with logs and everything for what people would call naturalistic. But again, it was back in the 90s in an aquarium with.
So you had the half log cutout thing and didn't they have like that half, the log that was like.
Yeah, that half log. But it was the aquarium where you've got like the sliding like mesh top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like those, honestly.
And you could put the heat lamp on top and all that kind of stuff. And
gotcha.
But like now, no, I don't give a shit about ball pythons. To be honest, it's I shit on them all the time. I have no problem.
You don't want the Volta ball that gets like 6 feet?
No. You know what? That's the same thing as an Angolan. That's for me.
Well, Angolans are a lot cooler. They're like a mini rock python.
No, that's just a bumpy ball python. It's just a bumpy ball python. And that's what
I don't know. My Angolans like to hiss at me and try to kill me every time they see me.
But I mean, a ball python can do that. Come on.
Yeah, poor ball pythons. They get picked on all the time, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I
There's
think they're
enough
still
of
a
them.
good first snake.
There's
for
enough of them.
Are they big in Canada?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
So like your
that's
reptile shows are all ball
Yeah.
pythons too? Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like 80% that, maybe 10.
cresteds. It's mostly
Yeah.
balls and cresteds, honestly.
Yeah, and corns. A lot of corns too, I find
Yeah.
it.
Not really. Not like honestly, like my buddy's like
It-
one of the only people with corns. Like
Yeah.
corns are kind of even with other colubrids. Like they're not like they should be bigger, but they're not. Same with leopard geckos aren't even that common. Like we have usually a good portion of leopard geckos on the table, and they go like hotcakes. Like
Oh,
we
really?
sell 10 to 15 a show easy.
Are you guys allowed to ship across all of
Oh, yeah.
Canada?
Yeah,
Like,
we
you
can
guys
ship anywhere, but
Overnight.
the rules aren't the same everywhere, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
So, like example, Shan lives an hour away from me, and he's got 0 restrictions. He can keep whatever the heck he wants. I've got a lot of restrictions, so
Wow.
it depends.
So it's Pennsylvania, New Jersey, right? He's
Nah, I guess-
Pennsylvania, and you're New Jersey. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, but we can ship anywhere, but we can't ship. The U.S. is a different
Oh, yeah.
story. So anything that's non-CITES, I think Michael sent a good amount of stuff to the states.
I
that is
hear you're into
non-CITES.
pine snakes now, Eric. I have a pair that I could send.
Northern
down to
pines.
you. Well, they're technically northerns.
So yeah,
They're
if I was to
Kentucky's.
if I was to keep a colubrid, I think Pituophis is probably the one that I like the most. I thought it would be rat snakes, but I don't know. There's something about Pituophis that I really like. Maybe it's find them. We found so many, and we found the one in the Pine Barrens. It took us 5 years to find the thing, and we found the one in Florida, which again was like it's terrible herping to try to find that thing. But we did, and I don't know. I guess when you find those things that are hard for people to find, you're like, I don't know, it just gives you that sense of accomplishment, I guess, I suppose, tick it
Oh,
off the list, that kind of stuff,
What the one in Florida, was that a hypo-y red one, or was that just like a normal
just
southern?
normal. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's odd though. Like I think I see pictures of like wild hypos, like the red ones.
Oh yeah.
Often, I think.
Yeah.
I might be wrong with that, but that you seem to see a lot with the southerns available that are, you either get like the nice, like a normal southern, still a nice snake. It has a tan with the
Right.
pattern kind of thing, and then you
Uh-huh.
got the hypos, which are the same but just red instead of tan.
Yeah.
They're
I like it too because
southerns
they-
are so underrated with
Oh, yeah.
pines.
and a lot of like the like different colors and stuff. Like Keith, I again, I don't know because I'm not a colubrid person, but there's like these lines and it's like super red and it's, oh my God, they're freaking insane.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Jay Jacoby has the red northerns,
Yeah, maybe.
and then he has a bunch of morphs.
Yeah.
Well, you could get you could get Louisiana's because Jay Jacoby's in Pennsylvania. You could get all the ESA listed stuff
Oh, really?
because you're in state.
Oh,
So
shit.
you could get the pied blacks, the normal blacks.
I don't think we
Black
can
pines
have.
are cool.
No.
No, you can.
Black
you
rat
can. You're in
snakes.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's black rat snakes. I can't have.
Uh,
I can't have those.
Yeah. Kentucky's are nice though. I like my Kentuckys. They're like the jungle carpet of Pituophis, I want to say.
Yeah.
But they're so variable too. Like you
We're sup-
get muddier yellow ones, like the
Uh-huh.
MIA jungle kind of thing. But then, like some of them, like Craig's, are super nice, and you get like they'll get they're yellow and black, but they'll get like red splotches on their side too,
Oh,
which is
really?
super neat, and you don't expect it. Like there's bright red, like it's
Oh, wow.
it's just awesome. They're just super cool, and the Kentuckys are a bit stockier, I think, than the black and white northerns, but the black and white northerns are also just spectacular, right? Like
Yeah.
nothing's better than a black
Yeah.
and white snake either.
That one we found over the summer was really nice. It was really nice. And then we found would you call it a nest, a den, incubation site? No, what is it called? The hibernaculum, I guess,
Okay.
is what it would be.
Nice.
Was really cool. That was awesome. And we're supposed to head to Louisiana to tick off that one. So we'll see.
That'll be cool. Those are pretty rare too. Then you got to go to Kentucky and
Yeah,
and
that's after that.
'cause they're-
Yeah.
watch them split off the Kentucky from the other one. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you heard Clint's recent episode, but I think he mentioned that he has a friend that knows where a population of Kentuckys are.
Oh, okay. That's
That
good to
they
know.
find roadkill every year. They just haven't found
Oh,
live
I did
ones,
hear
but
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That you should go. I'm assuming you should probably try there first, and
Yeah.
bring Phil Peak and Will Bird with you.
I heard that
Oh.
episode. It was a good episode.
Yeah. Will Bird, yeah, I know him. I spent a lot of money with him.
Well, they're the founders of the Kentucky Project, right? So that's
Yeah.
you've obviously listened to that episode since you published it.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that episode for so long.
Yeah.
I think I bugged Zach like a year and a half ago about, hey, you need to do one with Phil Peak.
Yeah.
You need to get the story out because Phil Peak had put in a picture of one of the forums, probably on one of Craig's posts or something, like a freaking book of a comment section, just like the whole history, and I screenshotted that whole thing just to like, if this ever goes away, I want to have it in writing.
There you go. Nice.
And yeah, that was awesome.
That's cool.
Mike,
Yeah, they're cool snakes.
You should highlight the comment there in the.
Of course.
It's all good. I like that too. You know, I did have a new appreciation for North American snakes when started going out and looking for them. There's a lot of cool snakes in North America, but they're still not as cool as carpet pythons.
When's the next time you're planning on going to Australia? You got anything in plan?
So we were supposed to do the Kimberley, looking for rough scale pythons in 2026.
For Owen?
Yeah. Well, I want to see them too. Yeah, I want to take them off. But that trip is very expensive and very detailed. It's a different trip than we've done before. So we've decided to push it back to 2027. But I don't think I can wait till 2027. I was talking to Lucas. He's got me excited because he's seeing diamond pythons and all. I don't know. I want to try to maybe go back before that. And now that Lucas wants to go, now if I don't have anybody else to go with me, maybe he would. But
and where?
Where?
Yeah.
I think my next one besides the Kimberley would be Western Australia to see some imbricata. That would be my thing. And I think I could get Lucas to tag along because there's womas there. So he'll come. But
you should maybe get Scott and Ty to tag along with you too. That'd be a cool
awesome
trip with all you guys out there.
Oh, heck yeah. I remember the first time I met Scott, he was on his way to Western Australia, and he had his big swag, it's like just the thing he laid out and will sleep on, and then he was going away, and he's rushing to get to the airport. And we were in Brisbane for a day. I think it was a day, maybe it was 2 days, I don't know. And he took us to this park, and he's like, I can get you a coastal carpet. I was like, oh, that would be so awesome. He's like, I promise you, I'll get you a coastal carpet. It was looking dodgy. Like, I was like, how's he's got a flight in like 3 hours. How's this going to work? And sure enough, he walks into that freaking park and he's just like, there it is. Crap it. Damn it. But that was cool. That was a cool experience.
That would be
That's
cool.
awesome.
So when you go to Australia, what's your perfect length? I've always wondered that because I went to Australia only once, and I went for 3 weeks. And you're looking at a day and a half easily of travel time, a day and a half to come back, right? So for me, it worked well, but I don't know, man. Like I feel like anything shorter, is it even worthwhile? I'm just
Shorter
wondering
than 12?
No,
we
3 weeks.
Oh no, we always go for 10 days.
10 days?
Yep.
And does that include the 3-day travel? Because you're basically a day and a half travel there, a day and a half travel back, right?
Pretty much, yeah. 10, 11, 12 days.
Gives you a whole
like
week there.
Yeah. We don't mess around, man. We ain't some like little sissy troop that like, it's like go, 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 go. It's not fun. It's fun, but it's not fun. I don't know how to explain it like that. You're not sleeping good. You're not eating good. You're in a car. You're hiking. You're this. You're that. You're hot. Your flies are on you. But goddamn, man, when you see a carpet python in the wild, there is nothing that's better. Nothing. That was like when I saw that gelatin for the first time. I was boom, just like totally. I don't know. It's
It sounds like doing a reptile show for 7 days on end.
yeah,
Staying
it's
up
kind of
till
what it is. Yeah,
3 in the morning and
yeah,
waking up at 7.
it's
Well,
awesome.
probably
You know,
harder than that.
some people, some people, some people, their trips, they're not. We Rob has a rule that it's like if we can be in comfort and take a shower, then we will. But you know, I don't know. 10 days seems. I wish it was probably if I could get off work, probably 2 weeks would be ideal. I would think. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Kimberly is 3 weeks. Yeah. So I think you could get into Sydney and spend a week and find diamond pythons
Oh
pretty
yeah,
easily, you
there's a
know?
lot to do there.
Yeah.
And it's all the other stuff too, right? It's not just that. Like you gotta
Oh
look for
yeah.
everything,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like all the skinks,
Everything
all the
is new, you
lizards,
know? Everything is
the
different and new.
mammals,
Yeah.
birds. I think
Yep.
everything would be awesome. I know
Yeah.
my parents went there before I was born, actually, and I think they were there for work, but they did the trip from Sydney to Melbourne
Okay.
and tried to stop along the way to. They weren't looking at reptiles, but like they still saw like kangaroos and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, well, you got to go for 2-3 weeks if you're gonna go."
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we've never done that. It seems like we've been pretty successful on our trips, but I would definitely love more time. I just can't get off work, you know. So we just make it work with how we have to make it work. So
I think I've never done any of those trips with other Harpers, and that's where, like, I feel like where I'm feeling. I went to Australia. We did Darwin for a week and a half, and then Cairns for a week and a half. But in Cairns, all we did was basically go scuba diving, and we lived on the reef, on the Great Barrier Reef, for almost a week, and it was incredible. Like, don't get me wrong, like it was amazing. They had 3-4 dives a night, and it was incredible. That being said, man, I wish I could have seen more snakes. Like, we went on the Adelaide River. We did what's that? Kakadu Park. We did a lot of the things that were really cool. Got to see the big salt crocodiles. Got to see tons of cool shit.
Right.
But going with another herper instead of going like with the girlfriend at the time would have been a very different trip. And that's where like my dream is to do that now. Find a couple of people that just like want to do that all day and just let's do it.
It's one of those things like
you paying for my trip,
and it's not that expensive, man. I mean, it's diamond python, maybe, if that. The most expensive trip I've been on has been less than a diamond python. So I don't know.
I still want to do the West Texas trip. I've been
West Texas is good.
I want to tag along for a West Texas trip.
He took it back to Columbia. Did you see what he did?
But Australia would be cool.
I'm just messing with you, man.
Mike, no colubrid, Mike. No colubrid.
Specifically colubrids. I could be going there to see rattlesnakes.
Okay, let's go back to Australia now.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all fun.
I want to see, if I go to Australia, I want to see, I think, Kakadu, and then probably the Pilbara. I think that's where I'd want to go.
Yeah.
Although I'd be happy going anywhere, honestly. Like, no matter where you go, I think it would be a fun trip.
Yeah, because everything is different for us. I find that weird about people, fascinating, whatever. It's like, because it's not here, it's not normal to us. But what we find normal, you know, Scott would be over here like, oh my God, it's a garter snake. And you're like, what? Are you serious? You know? So, you know, what is he saying? He's sleeping on the swag, 18 days minimum. Yeah. Scott's next level. He's next level, Herbert.
That midday power nap siesta is always good, though, too.
Yeah.
You know, talking about what you think is not normal, right? Like me, the thing that stood out the most from when I went to Australia, you know what it is?
What's that?
It's walking in downtown Cairns, which is just a city like any other. Like, let's be honest, it looks like the same as anything. But then you'll come up to a tree, and this tree will have 500 flying foxes hanging from this tree.
Yes.
And these things are like the size of full cats. Like, they're gigantic. And it's just like the tree is talking. It's so noisy. you see all this shit falling on the ground under the tree. You don't go anywhere near that
Yeah.
tree. And it's like you're downtown and this is not normal.
Yeah.
Like, and that was one of the things that like stood out the most to me. I'm like, wow, this is like, I'm waiting on we were taking the buses to go everywhere, and I'm waiting beside the bus, and all I'm looking at is like 500 flying foxes on a tree right beside me.
Right.
So bizarre.
Yeah, it was. I remember the first we were in Cairns, same thing. First day, I woke up, have my coffee, I go out. I wake up before everybody else, and I'm out there sitting on in the backyard, and all of a sudden I hear cockatoos just chirping. You know, they're just going to town, and I'm like, somebody got a pet cockatoo. I'm like, and then all of a sudden they're all up on the phone line, and I'm like, oh shit, they're wild birds. Like, you know, I don't know, it's just weird, you know.
Yeah,
So.
where all you hear is you only hear that at PetSmart.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that would be a cool experience. Like, I'm sorry,
hell
but
yeah.
I would love to experience that. You know, I'm sorry, but
yeah,
I've never had that experience. You know, one of these days maybe.
You should do it,
Love
man.
to go.
You should do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not getting any younger, right?
That's kind of how I feel, you know.
Right?
That's why I didn't
Right?
want to wait 2 years, because a lot can happen in 2 years, you know. And I
That's
don't
right.
want to, you know,
Agreed.
wait.
There you go, Dom. That's what it's telling you, man. You got to get on it there.
You got to do it, man. It's the rule I say. There's people that talk about it, and there's people that do it. Which one are you?
I think when you have kids and other things, it's a bit harder. You see, for me, I could tell the wife I'm leaving for 2 weeks. She'd be fine with it.
Right.
She'd be like, yeah, just go have fun.
Right.
You know what? The kids is a different story. It's all about trying to figure out. My kids are finally starting to get older.
Right.
So soon enough, yes. But I think I got about another 3 or 4 years. I should have more freedom. My youngest will be like 16, 17. At that point, I can do just about anything. But I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Not quite as ancient as Shan yet.
Ouch. Yeah, that's me too. Wait a minute. We're the same age.
It's so nice to not be the oldest one on the podcast.
Oh, right. Man. Yeah, I'm always the oldest guy now wherever I go. It's all right. It's all right.
I beat you a little bit by 2 months.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, like, yeah, Scott would be happy with the rattlesnake. That would be but it's pretty cool. You must admit rattlesnakes are pretty cool.
I wouldn't mind doing the down in the States. I went to Florida and I got a good experience in Florida. Yeah. I mean, I didn't get enough time down there, and I would have loved to do the Everglades and do like a good herp. I didn't have that opportunity because I was with somebody, but that's not a herping person. But yeah,
I would say that Utah's a good spot. Arizona's a good spot. West Texas is probably a spot you should check out. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Wow.
Nice. Where's this at? Rubber boa.
This is the first one was Canada. Southern Alberta earlier this year.
Yeah. BC.
And so that's like kind of like a semi-arid. You get the prairie rattlers, the hognose.
Oh, okay.
And the actually you get horn lizards there too, which I want to look for next year. And then this is the South Okanagan in BC. So we do have like a little desert here in between the mountains and the forest.
No shit.
So we were kind of trying to hike up and look for I was trying to look for night snakes and skinks, but those are pretty hard to find up here. It's like there's been like only 40 night snakes found since 1980.
Oh wow.
I went,
but then I found I'm pretty good at finding rubber boas.
Like I say, I went to the Okanagan Valley, and I remember as a kid we were horseback riding, and the horse jacked up and got freaked out because of the rattlesnakes there. There was a rattlesnake going, and I think that's the only wild experience I ever had with the rattlesnake.
I love our rattlesnakes. They're like green, like they look awesome. Honestly, they're pretty cool.
I think I'm up to 21 I've seen. I think there's.
Did you see the Norpacks?
No, I haven't seen Northern. No,
okay.
Not yet.
Because that's what we got. We got the Norpacks up here. They're
awesome.
There you go. Actually, they make it all the way up to like Lytton. Like they have like a weird. So our desert region goes from Oliver and Osoyoos, like right by the border, all the way up and around, and then it stops at the top of Okanagan Lake, and there's a gap, and then it starts again at Kamloops and does the Thompson River Valley over to the Fraser, and then up the Fraser up to like a certain point. I think the rattlesnakes stop right around Lytton, which is like the hottest place in Canada. It's like this weird little valley on the Fraser that gets like 45 degrees Celsius every year. So it's like 100 and something degrees. So it's like weirdly hot for being in this weird range. And it's right where two big rivers converge. But then the gophers and the rubber boas actually go up that valley quite a bit more. And I assume the racers do too. Because like all 3 or 4 of those species kind of follow each other.
Okay.
Up that arid grassland area. And it's kind of like a sagebrush. And then it usually morphs into a longleaf pine kind of thing. So it's like, it's really neat. And then at the bottom of that range, you got the night snakes, and then you got the western skink. And then it says they might have been pygmy shorthorn lizards that were found in 1900 right on the border.
Wow.
So those are, you probably won't find, I don't think you're going to find them, but you never know.
Right. Yeah. Night snakes are cool. We found quite a few of those all over the U.S., but yeah, they're cool. I like them. I didn't think I would like them, but they're little cool snakes. Yeah.
Most northern rattlesnakes. So we've got the Massasauga rattlers, we've got the prairie rattlers, the timber rattlers. Are they extinct in Canada now, or do we still have some?
Yeah, they were. I think they went extinct in the 40s.
Okay, so those are gone. So which is more northern? Is it the prairie rattles, or because Massasauga, you were looking at what like?
Let me see. I'm gonna look up.
I'm thinking prairie rattlesnakes are probably more northern.
I think
Norpaks are pretty far north though too. But I'll double check.
So Mississaugas run at least to Barrie. I don't know how far north that is compared to like your side of.
Yeah, I don't think it's that north, because there's places in the States that are more north than that.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
Yeah, we just found the Pennsylvania Massasauga, which I think is if I'm not mistaken, in Canada, they're like all over the place. Is there like a bay or something where they're all over the place?
They're not all over the place, but there's Georgian Bay that is the more famous place to find them.
Gotcha.
They're hard to find. There's only like very small pockets of them.
Oh, okay. So that's how it was in Pennsylvania.
I go for looking for them. Bruce Peninsula.
Mm-hmm.
So it's near Georgian Bay. Midland, Ontario. Is another good spot for them. But it's all around the bay. Usually that's where you find them. But Bruce Peninsula is a really good place. Tobermory. I don't know if anybody knows where that is. That's a good place to travel.
Huh. Okay.
Touristy area.
Yeah, you got the Norpaks. This is obviously like obscured, so some of these sightings aren't. But there's Cache Creek here, which is probably the northernmost part, and this valley goes up to about there, where it's still sagebrushy, and it comes back down to.
And what are those? Northern Pacific? Is that what you're talking
Lytton
about?
here? Yeah. So like this doesn't fully show their range, but like they probably go up here a bit, kind of thing, even though there's no sightings. But the major population where we look for them is kind of in this hot zone.
Yeah, we got lucky. We timed it in a way that there was a herpetology class that was at this place where it's the only one of the only spots you can find them in PA, and it just so happened that they were there. I think they were tagging one, which was really cool to be able to see them do. They let us kind of tag along, and they found one, took it out, tagged it, weighed it, took all the stats and then put it back. It was pretty cool. But I think somebody in the chat was saying about how they overwinter in the crayfish barrows, and they're like in the water. They like sit in the water in those crayfish barrows over the winter, which is nuts. But I guess the temperature's more consistent if they're in the water. Wow, what's this?
Yeah, I would say so. Like it's kind of, I guess maybe the water might recede in the winter, and that's why they would go into them.
No, the guy said that they were like in the water, which is wild.
Head underwater.
That's interesting.
Underground, in the water.
You think they would get snake fungal disease easier or something because of that, or
I don't know.
some sort of fungus?
Yeah.
You got to zoom out your map so we can kind of figure out what we're looking at there.
Yeah, it looks like it's higher. Like it looks like the prairies are higher because it looks like they get even higher than Calgary, which is pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Because Medicine Hat's like here,
Where's Rob?
and it
when
goes
we
north
need
of
him?
Medicine Hat.
Oh, so that's the most northern ranging is the prairie?
Yeah, I would say so. Like
Okay.
the right about here in Saskatchewan and Alberta. So that's pretty interesting.
Huh. Wow.
All right, to bring it back to pythons, I'm curious there, Eric. So you said earlier you keep mainly only carpet pythons, right? What
Yeah.
else? What do you keep that is not a carpet python in your collection? So let's say like even diamonds or roughies, or what else do you have that is not a carpet python?
Roughies. I have a
Okay.
Womas. I have a pair of Womas, pair of Spotteds, pair of Western stems. I actually have 2 different localities of those. And what else? There's another Australian. I used to have water pythons, but I don't have them anymore.
No pygmy bandits?
Oh, that's the other one. Pygmies. No, I don't have pygmy bandits. No. I still toy with the I have owl python. I have 1 owl python. I know I'm forgetting something. It's Australian, whatever it is. No, I guess that's it. Yeah, and then the rest is all carpets.
Have you tried to breed any of those? Any of the non-carpet?
I could probably do the Antaresia this year, but I'm not wanting to do that.
Just
You
give
don't
the
wanna
babies to
torture
Owen out
yourself.
of the egg.
Yeah.
Just do like me, right? You breed them, give them to Owen. See, I breed him, I give him to Shan.
Right.
It's a genius trick. I'm telling you, like they're really not that bad to get started because I don't have to do anything.
He always gives me the hard starters now. It's like, here you go, have these, try these. Have you tried to get these started? Try them.
So what you just like trying to get them going, or what is it?
No, so I breed rats.
Voluntold.
So I have more access to live and all that good stuff.
Oh, okay, I got you.
At the end of the day,
So it's not like
that's
you enjoy
that's-
the trying to get it going. It's more of you
I
have
mean,
the
at
things
one time I
available,
had more time,
right?
but now after this year, I'm a little overwhelmed here this year.
Yeah. Oh, no.
that was a lot this year. I must.
How many
say.
clutches?
14 I had last year.
Wow. Holy shit,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, I lost a few eggs and a few clutches that weren't that great, but
Yeah.
still to have that many in the incubator.
I think you hit 150 babies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it
the
was
biggest
crazy.
year I had, I did 17 clutches. That I was like, I will never do this again. Never, ever, 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 ever again. Nope.
Was that a time when your clutches were like 30, 40 eggs, or is that like with the small
Oh,
clutches? Because those
no.
are 2 different things, right?
I've never had 30, 40 eggs. I'm not a monster.
They weren't fed the Owen diet.
No. No. Probably 12 to 15 is like what I would average. Every once in a while you'd get a coastal that maybe did 20, but that would be the max, you know. But yeah, I think what is that? I don't know how I feel about blackheads. I kind of want them, kind of don't want them. I don't know. I kind of I don't like the idea of having to just force feed them from the gate, but you know, if it was a carpet python and I had to do that, I probably would do it. But you know what I mean? It's like kind of like, do I want this headache? You know,
What happened to that one from Derek Roddy? So did that thing like eat bearded dragons, and that's the only thing it ate, or like what was the story with that one?
No, that was an animal that I guess it was hard to get it was definitely like a stunted one, you know what I mean? Like it had a hard time getting to go. And at the time I was buying a lot of the New Guinea stuff that he had, and he just threw it in the box. And when it came, I was like, holy shit. It's like it was cool to have a blackhead, but I don't know. I think at one point, I did feed it a bearded dragon. It died, but I did feed it just to see if it would eat it. I didn't think it would eat it, but yeah, man, it was like crack. I went after it, but yeah, I don't know. They're a big snake. I don't know about the whole, force feeding thing and all that. Not that I don't think it's wrong. I just don't know if I want to do it, you know. And I hear you
Jason
guys
Hood
talking
makes
about
it.
Antaresia all the time, and I'm like, oh my god, do I
Yeah,
want
but
that
at
headache?
least the blackheads are bigger than a little tiny pygmy, right? So it's
Yeah,
got to
that's
be a
true.
little bit simpler. But see, to me, the wall and the blackhead is the price. I just can't bring myself to pay that price for that animal. Like it's just it's insane.
You want
the
to pay
price.
$4,000 for a fucking brown black-headed python?
Wait a minute, they're $4
or like a
grand?
pair.
Oh, okay.
A pair,
I was
but
gonna
like they're
say,
still
holy
like
shit.
not nice looking.
But they're
blackheads.
ugly blackheads. Like the blackheads we have here are just like mixed blackheads that have zero lineage and you have no idea. They're just a dull brown with barely any banding. You can't really tell.
That's
Like,
what I'm afraid that the carpet python could
There was some
become.
nice ones, but I know one of my buddies got one of the westerns that Mickey had, and then I think there was a pair of Exantics that Cody Joe and another guy brought in, but then they sold the project, and then the random people who got them killed them in 6 months by overfeeding them, and
oh wow,
it's just like
that's
I think
idiots.
I think
people
Joe
don't
just
know how to take care
imported
of them.
some from UK pythons that are het axe or something like that. He's got a pair or so. So there might eventually be nicer blackheads in Canada, but again, they're not going to be cheap. They're going to be, and if I'm going to spend that money, I'd rather buy diamond pythons over a blackhead.
right.
They're
So-
not from the UK pythons, but I remember talking to Joe about them because he asked me if I want to get into them, and they're from somebody else from Europe for sure. Yeah, and
they were on the list of UK python. I'm telling you,
were they? Okay, because
they're on the list. Maybe he didn't produce them, but they're on that list.
yeah. Okay,
Oh yeah, they had the
but I'm
Tammany
talking
desert ones, desert
Yeah,
walnuts too.
I'm talking like 2 years ago. He asked me like the first time we went for the UK Python being put on the list, and he's like, "Hey, I know like you just got your order in. Do you think you want to go in on some blackheads?" And I'm like, I didn't want to go on it right away. They were $2,500 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
No
it's
joke.
the same as the not the Imbricata, but the other inland locality that he has. They're expensive.
Gamma range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Those are
can't.
nice,
I can't bring myself to pay that
See,
price. And
I would not pay
fuck no.
$2,500 for a blackhead, but I would pay $2,500 for a gamma range for sure, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, you have a good friend that might breed them soon, so you'll be good.
Yeah, I know.
So just to give you an idea, Eric, the best way I could describe it is imagine if you lived in the States and you could get any type of Morelia only from 2 or 3 people. That's basically how it is here.
Oh
right?
wow.
So we had Don Patterson that had a few good animals. And he's brought in a lot of really cool things, and he got a lot of things from Casey Lazick back then,
Okay.
which I'm not sure if he's still doing. They're having a lot of trouble. Nothing's really moved. And then we've got UK Python and then Star Python, which are basically the only 2 other ways that we can bring things in. That's about it.
Wow.
I think like if we were to say where did all
Dom,
the Morellians...
you and Shan are the 2 of the 3 that produce carpets in Canada on a big scale.
But we are so yes now, but everything came from those 3 funnels. That's it. So if you look at you, Eric, if you want to buy anything, you probably have unlimited choices. Like if you were to just say just Nick in itself, you can literally buy
every type. Almost every type for sure.
I kind of feel like I probably have done that, but I don't like the idea of not being able to not do that, if you know what I mean. Like I probably have kept my collection, like the majority of my collection has come through maybe 5-6 people, maybe more here and there. But I understand what you're saying. It's like I also can, if I want, like I could get the Citrus Tigers where you guys are like, nah, there's no Will Bird. There's only Nick and Justin. That's it. That's all you got, That kind of sucks.
But if they don't work with it, it doesn't exist. Like you talk about Russian tigers, doesn't exist. There's none in Canada. You'll never see them. Citrus tigers don't exist. You'll never see them. Like
Ivory. There you go.
ivory is a big. So
There you go.
ivory, UK had them,
Right.
bred them, got 75% zebras, got rid of the original adults, and now we have 75% zebras because Shan brought them in. But
I
we can't get
I have an
100.
original male too. Original
Yeah.
75 jungle.
Yeah, but
So I have
75%.
zebra. Yeah, they're only 75s.
How's
Yeah.
the color look? Are they white or are they like kind of that
So-
cream or?
They're very creamy. Like the
Uh-huh.
original parents are very creamy. The zebra's a little whiter.
Okay.
I feel like the top part of the animal is creamier and the sides are whiter.
Okay.
I don't know if call me crazy or not.
Right.
I had 3 babies out of the clutch that I was able to salvage that clutch. That was one of the bad clutches. So I got 2 male zebra ivories.
Okay.
One's really white, and like I said, the top part has got the yellow, like the creamy yellow, and the sides are like really white, and then
Wow.
like zebra looking, right?
Right.
And then the other one kind of looks creamy, like I would say, kind of like the parents. And then I have the female that's just a jungle, no zebra in it, and she's creamy, but a lot yellower than
Okay.
the rest, right? But
Okay.
yeah, no, definitely doesn't look like a Favell line or like I don't know what other type of jungle line there is in the United States, like where it's really dark yellow or dark black.
Like
Or
dirty almost.
bright, yeah.
Oh,
No,
bright
no,
yellow.
like bright. Sorry,
Oh,
bright,
gotcha.
bright yellow or the yellow and black, right? It's very creamy, so that's
Gotcha.
good.
Okay.
But it's hard to get. Like, I mean, for you guys, you're able to get that stuff anytime you want. Like I said, Nick has it. Brandon has it too. Here, you can't find that. Like when we had to go get our diamonds, we looked around everywhere in Canada for it. We asked Don Patterson, "Hey, do you still have that?" And he only had the designer stuff. We'll call it that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we had to go look out elsewhere. Like even UK Pythons didn't have that. We had to go to Philip in Germany, I think. So yeah,
Oh,
it's totally different market here.
wow. How do you think it will grow? Do you think people just don't like carpets, or what is the?
I think we just have a smaller market
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Agreed.
Like it's growing, but it takes time for people
Yeah, it
that
does.
want to get into it, and
Sure.
right now is not necessarily like a time where people are gonna heavily
So-
invest. Like doing shows, stuff was definitely slower, but if people are looking for it, they're still gonna buy it, right? The high end stuff, if it's gonna go, it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So but people aren't as loose with their money right now either.
So,
I'd
like
say-
you were gonna say earlier, you got a few types of customers. You got the ones that go for the cheap stuff, and then you have the ones that go for the proven
Discount.
lines or like the high end stuff, right? When you want to look for a diamond, you're gonna go look for some good diamond, and some other people's just like, I'm not gonna spend that kind of money. I'm gonna go with the designer type, which is cheaper, right? But you're in I don't know.
So it's like they're looking for like a pet thing because they don't want to spend the money. Is that the idea? They're looking for.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling like you have different types of customer, and you have the ones that want to spend a lot of money, and then you have that one that wants to spend on a $200 mutt snake, and they're okay with it, right?
Right.
And that's okay with it, right?
Sure,
I'm not
yeah.
saying there's anything wrong with that,
Right.
but you have that person like, if I want something, you want that, that nice car, so you want that designer snake,
Yeah.
and look into
But-
the lineage.
I think that, but I think there's a price range too. Like I've found over the last few years vending tables and stuff that there's a price range where it's that like 200 to 500, let's say, but it's more around like the 250 to 350 range,
Uh-huh.
where people are willing, like normal people are willing to spend that on an animal that they really want.
Sure.
So if as long as you have that option and can steer them towards that, you could probably do it. But if all you have is mutts on the table and they want a carpet, well, they're gonna buy the mutt instead of the pure stuff, kind of thing. And they don't necessarily pick stuff out either. Like we had breadlie on the table, although I think they were a little high in price, but like there wasn't too much action on them, kind of thing. Like you get a few people that are like, oh, I know what that is, and that's cool, but then they're not actually looking to buy anything, kind of thing. So it's
that's
hard, Mike,
because they're so ugly when they're babies, you know. I promise you, it's going to be red.
But tell me, how many were there at the show that had breadlies or breadles?
I think we were the only table that had a pure breadlie on the table.
So that's what I'm saying. So you could kind of, I'm not saying to overprice it, but how do you?
Well, they were. We had them on the table for $400 each.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Which is kind of high because a few years ago it seemed like everybody had them and that they're going for $200. But I also heard that some of the carpets that certain guys had were actually just mutts from Dawn, and then they just were mislabeled as pure breadlie when they were part of the mutt stuff. But like these were pure from. So my buddy gets stuff wholesale from Dawn, kind of thing. That's how I got my Angolans, because Dawn sent him some, and then obviously he bought Dominic's pair and Shan's trio. So I got those because he's like, well, I don't need babies anymore. I might as well sell these. So I decided to pull the trigger on those. But they're all like the Lazic cross the Houston Zoo line, so they're as diverse as they kind of could be for Angolans.
Nice.
But yeah, no, he gets stuff from Dawn all the time. And because Don doesn't do shows. I've never seen him. I know guys who have met him and been to his place because it seems like he's one of those guys that, like, if you want to go see his place, and he knows you, he'll kind of let you go there. But yeah, it's tough to do it because there's still a lot of we're like, I want to say we're almost like the US like 10 years ago kind of thing where we have the cool stuff, and like some of us are on the level of that. But then there's still like a lot of new people still coming through, and a lot of the people that just haven't hit where we're at, kind of thing. Although that sounds like really elitist to say, but like
no, I know
you get that.
Yeah. Like in the 80s when I first got into reptiles with my dad, there was like, I don't know. I think there was 2 people I knew that were into snakes. That was it. And then now it's becoming very normal to where, at least in the US, to where it's kind of becoming the pet that people are getting. And this is why I feel that carpet python, this is why when I was saying at the beginning, I've been saying this for a while. I think that a lot of Morelia breeders, green trees, carpets, probably rough scales, I suppose. Such an awesome display animal. If you're going to get an animal that's a pet, why not get a real, like have a little piece of Australia or Papua New Guinea in your house, decorate it up with the lights and the plants and all that, and have like a nice piece of almost like art in your house. Like, why aren't we selling snakes to people like that? Like, we're just selling to people that are going to breed them. I just think we missed the mark there. You know what I mean?
I think that's what we do at shows. Like, I think shows are more for that. I want to say, I think online sales, how I feel, I don't really know that though. Dom and Shan would know that more, but it seems like online might be more, not always, but more to the breeder guys. While shows, you have a higher chance of somebody like, oh, well, I want something more arboreal, or I've looked into carpets, but like they're not into
right.
They're not watching MPR, but they want a carpet kind of thing.
Right.
So I think part of that is stewarding it, but it's hard when they're not even on the table too much. Like when carpets are available, a lot of the time they are just mutts because it's some small breeder that has like one small table and they put their zebra caramel thing on the table kind of thing, right? So that's where it's also tricky.
You mean like jungles won't sell
jungle? We sold a jungle at Toronto.
Okay. Jungles will always sell.
A nice pure German line from Dawn. It went.
That's one thing that'll sell here is jungles will sell, no problems.
So you just got to breed a whole bunch of jungles to pay for the other stuff that you don't won't sell.
It's the bright yellow stuff. It's the bright yellow stuff. Yeah. I'm telling you, it just bam.
And then you're like, but what about this jungle that's from Gelatin? This is really cool. No, that's not yellow and black. Get out of here.
Right?
With the brown
Nobody wants them. They're so hard to sell, man. I'm telling you. Even if they're nice, pretty stripe, they don't want them. They just don't want them.
Damn.
They just
They
don't.
they also just
appreciate
don't
them
know
for
what they
are.
are.
I know.
Okay.
They just
I
don't know
know.
what they are.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. So going back to the show thing, the thing that I've noticed is maybe you guys can agree or disagree. Let me know what you think. But if you go to who actually buys animals at the show, they're usually people that have been keeping for only a few years or that have a few animals. They go there, they either impulse buy or they go in there and they're looking for that one snake they've been looking for a little while. But eventually, when you start having a lot of animals, you don't buy at shows anymore because you're going to know the breeder that has the specific line or things like that. And you go to shows again, but you're going to shows to meet people, to chat, and just to hang around, right?
Right.
And I honestly don't think I've bought a snake at a show in, I don't know, a decade or more.
Right.
Like, I just, I don't think there would be ever one carpet that I would even ever consider. I don't think, like, except for the pure jungle German line there, I
Uh-huh.
think I have never seen any pure carpet pythons that were not bred by me or Shan that were wholesaled to one of the people there. Like, except for ours, I don't think there's ever been one. That's
Wow.
almost disappointing.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
going
even
looking
here.
for alternas when I'm at the shows now. I don't even look for carpets. I don't even look for carpets anymore. So,
But even that's hard. Like our niche colubrid community is not very big either. Like that's where Tyrone has his rack full of black milk snakes, right? Because
Right.
nobody else breeds them, kind of thing.
I
Right.
just
And
like
those things
alterna.
sell like hotcakes too.
Wow.
So yeah,
I'm on the alterna kick, man. I'm telling you, I really like those. The alter or banded king snakes. Just,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to get Brian Box on, but then he left me on red. So I love that. I love that Brian Box episode that you guys did for the herp. Was it the herp history? Well, no, it wasn't herp history, but it was one of those, and that was like a phenomenal episode. I thought.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Because I was
Yeah.
I almost wanted him to start talking about subox more, but that was super neat. Because I remember, I think Craig mentions his dad in the book, or has at least pictures of them both.
Yeah.
Because Brian's dad was like a founder of the alternate community back, and Lepidus and that stuff back in the 70s and that too. So that was just
cool.
a neat episode to listen to.
Nice. Yeah, it's Alterna is the one that got away. I haven't found them yet. They have captured my eye quite a few times, but nah, I can't do colubrids.
They're pretty easy going.
Yeah.
You're gonna have more tough time with those pine snakes. Those poops that come out of them are pretty.
That's why I don't
stinky.
have them. I can find them in the wild. That's fine. You know, I haven't. Nipper keeps trying to get me to get them, but
they're awesome.
Staying
They,
strong.
if you get a good one, like they all have their different personalities, kind of thing. But if you like my breeder female, you walk in that room and she kind of comes out and starts cruising around, kind of thing. Doesn't hiss, doesn't get all upset unless you're feeding her, which is hilarious. But
I have a feeling that there's going to be a box show at my house like Owen had with false water cobras, where it's like a box of Pituophis. I'm like, what are you doing, Zach? No, you got the wrong guy. You know? Owen, take this.
You'd be. I think you'd enjoy one. Maybe just one as a pet. Kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Honestly,
probably what it would be. Yeah. Yeah.
People don't do it much, but I remember Ron St. Pierre in one of the episodes he did, maybe it was either you guys when he just came back and started doing stuff with Heather, or maybe it was Project Herp, who we're gonna have Phil on in a couple weeks. That's gonna be good. Yeah. I love the philosophical stuff that Phil thinks about.
Yeah,
like it just makes it. That's why I love that podcast, because it was just like it was different. Like it was the same but different, and just the stuff that he thought about was stuff that like I think we all think about. Kind of thing. It's the stuff that you think about when you're having a shower or just puttering at stuff, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was that, and then you talked about finding a roadkill pine snake on the street that the FedEx guy had run over, but it was like 100 degrees out and it's basking. And then we hear from Pituophis breeders like Jay Jacoby, who did that episode recently with Steven,
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, well, you keep them 75, which is kind of what I've gone around doing, is just you keep them more ambient 75, maybe give them a warm side at in the high 70s, just to because they're more relaxed.
Right.
But maybe that's not actually how they should be kept, and maybe you should keep them with a basking bulb that gets to 90, and then provide them with the cool side where they can kind of
Yeah, it doesn't.
bask and move and stuff.
That doesn't make sense to me that you would keep them at 90 because they're
Well, like just a
underground.
hot spot. You don't keep them ambient
Okay.
90,
I
right?
got you.
I mean,
Okay.
like give them the hot spot
Of
because we've
90.
been told that they need to stay. They're better when they're cool at 75. Well, maybe that's just because they're cool and they're not. They're
Right.
not actually at their operating
Right.
temperature, and maybe they should have that 85, 90 degree basking bulb, and then
Right.
that 70 degree cool side in like an Applegate style enclosure, and you'll get the full not the full, but you know,
Like
that
their
natural kind of movement
behaviors.
throughout the day of basking
Right.
and going away and then basking again and
Right.
cruising around. But yeah, I've thought about that.
Huh. Yeah, that's interesting.
Kind of more like thinking of them more like indigos rather than just like a pine snake that some people keep in a V70 tub. And it's like, well, it's a 6-foot colubrid that wants to eat all the time.
Yeah. I did have an Okatee. I gave it to my dad. He
Oh,
has it.
that's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
if I get a corn snake, it's gonna. Yeah, it'll probably be one of the just Smitty's. I want to.
Oh, cool.
If I get one, I want to get one from Smitty and be like, it was caught like on the island he lives
Oh,
on,
there
or
you
in his
go.
backyard. It'd be
Nice.
cool just to be like, my buddy caught this kind of thing.
I wish I
That'd
could
just
say
be
that
cool.
about carpets.
Yeah, Scott, come on.
Yeah. Right.
Imagine.
Oh man, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Cooktown carpets. Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
Oh my God. You want a locality that you want to go? I'll send you guys pictures after the show. Holy shit. Are they nice? Wow. Damn. They're really, really nice.
Yeah, but I feel like if I lived in Oz, like you wouldn't be keeping carpets in your house because you could just go see them everywhere in the wild, right? It's the same idea as like I don't keep
Yeah.
garter snakes in my house, right? Because I can go in my backyard and find
Yeah.
some. I can see them every time I go outside. If I go anywhere in nature, any provincial park, anywhere, what's the animal I always see? Garter snakes everywhere.
Right.
I don't think I would keep garter snakes in my house. Like it's
I
kinda
would
one of
still
those
keep
things.
carpet pythons in my house if I
But
was in Australia.
you're saying that
I
living
would.
in North America, right?
Carpets don't musk like garters.
Listen,
like we have garters all over. We got 3 species of garters here,
I'm
and they do
telling
look
you.
kind of nice. But I
Yeah.
am not keeping them either.
I really
have other
feel. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Shane.
I have other Canadian species I would keep though. I mean, there's way better ones like the Mississauga or the Rattlers or some of the rubber boas. I mean,
I
I
get
probably
what you-
wouldn't keep a garter
Yeah.
myself.
Rubber boas are.
Do you
awesome.
put? I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I know if I'm going to keep something, maybe I wouldn't keep it all. You know, maybe I wouldn't keep snakes at all. That's very possible, but I'm not having carpet pythons. I don't care where I live. Like that's no, I couldn't do that. No.
Let's look at this. Does Scott keep carpet pythons in his house?
No, he's a nut. He keeps what do you call it? All venomous stuff. He doesn't keep carpets. No, he does have carpets.
No, doesn't he have impercata?
He does. Yeah, he has carpets. He has
Alright,
imbricata.
alright.
He has diamonds. He has jungles, like legit localities of these things. I think he had another type of carpet too, if I'm not
But I think
mistaken.
it's different because Oz, you can only keep what's native to you, right?
Yeah. If I lived on an island somewhere and they had, Timor pythons on that said island, I'd still want to keep carpet pythons. Like to me, that's just my snake,
Well, Timor's shit everywhere.
Fox snakes are cool.
Oh, fox snakes are cool. They're like
cool.
Fox snakes are like a Pituophis cross a rat snake. Like they're like
Yes.
that in between
Yeah.
weird species, and their eggs hatch out in like 40 days.
Yeah.
Like they're neat. I think
I-
they're hard to get in though because their taxonomy is kind of weird.
Yeah, I think so.
Because like there's westerns and easterns, but that taxonomy kind of switches, and old legislation uses old taxonomy, which hasn't been reversed. And like I know here in BC, it's like, oh well, for the native animal laws, show mostly the turtle and the native species laws, it's like
Right.
1982. So if
Ah.
that animal was in that same genus or family in 1982,
Oh wow.
it is illegal. So like we can barely keep any turtles.
Wow.
Like like because everything was a media day back in 1982, and Geo Media Day wasn't broken up back then. So like a bunch of stuff that people think is legal and actually keep here is not
Right.
legal technically. Not that they're busting down doors all the time for it, but if you were caught in a situation, they could technically go after you, which
Gotcha.
makes it weird. Like we
Yeah.
can't keep White's tree frogs technically, but they show up in PetSmarts sometimes. Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
Because Hyla back then, that was like everything. Like all tree frogs were the same genus,
Right.
right? That's where that becomes an issue. But
Gotcha.
Pituophis weren't. They only banned like gophers, but includes bulls, but doesn't include pines. So
Oh, there you go.
Pines.
Yeah. I probably would keep red belly black snake if I was in Australia too. That would probably be. They're beautiful snakes. I love them.
Oh yeah, there's. Well, I think if I lived in Australia, I think I would keep stuff
I'd have
outside.
to keep an elapid. I mean, you'd have to keep an elapid. You're not Australian reptile keeper if you don't have one elapid.
And they have live birth. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
I wouldn't
man.
stay alive long if I had an elapid. So
Probably me not either. That's why I have carpets. But they're beautiful snakes. Holy shit. Yeah, they're way different. Elapids are way different than dealing with vipers like rattlesnakes. Rattlesnakes were somewhat easy as long as you stay out of the strike range. You can take pictures and, you know, they stay in the pose. Elapids just like, like, how do you do this? You know, but.
all right, Eric, we're going to close it out soon. I don't want to keep you
Okay.
too late because I think you're at the same time as us.
Yep.
How about this? Maybe you guys think of one last question you want to ask Eric. My question will be this. If you successfully hit on one pairing this year, only one, which one will it be?
Like,
And
what
why?
do I want it to be?
Exactly.
Diamond pythons.
Only one. Which
Diamonds.
ones?
Oh, which
You said you
ones?
have two pairs.
Riverbank Zoo, girl.
Two.
The San Diego Zoo, male.
All right.
That would be the pairing. Yeah. I hope she goes. Fingers are crossed.
I wish it for you. All right, Michael, Shan, you guys got one question to close it out.
Shan, you go first.
All right, he's
muted.
got to figure out the muted button.
He's muted.
It's hard. We'll just
You
make
pretty
fun of
much
him for a
took
little
my
bit.
question there, Dom. That's what I was going to ask. What was the one thing? But
My
I'll
second
find
one would
something.
be Russian tigers. That would be my second clutch.
Mike, you got anything?
My question is, do you see yourself shrinking your collection to say 10 or 20 animals and going herping a lot more in the next 10 years?
I've seen, yes, probably. Maybe not that low, but yes, I could see myself doing that. I think I have a window of time where I can herp. I want to try to maximize that as best I can. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be traveling to Australia when I'm 65. I don't know if that's just with your hands and hooks, Eric. Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, you're still young. You can start traveling there when you're 75. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Hopefully they, I've seen that happen a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. There's something, it seems like a natural progression somewhat, in a way, I guess. I was told this, that you get in, you get everything, then you focus, then you sort of, you know, then you start to herp, and then you start to get rid of your snakes and stuff and do more herping. But I can't see not having snakes, you know?
Yeah. I
can't
feel like
see-
I've almost hit that already. Not hit that, but like I still want everything.
Right.
But there's like that 30, I want to say that 30 animal cap in my head where it's like, oh,
You're 24,
that's
Mike.
too much. I know, but I work like 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
I'm
That'll do
addicted
it.
to going to work.
Yeah. I feel that. I've definitely been working a lot more over the past year than I have in the past. So
I have one more question. How the hell did you play for Van Halen?
How did I play? Oh, so
like I've heard the story, but like how did that even come about? Like how did you even get that opportunity?
So I was living with these guys. Well, I was living with my band. We're at this apartment, and he comes banging on my door. And he's like, "You got to get up! You got to get up! There's a contest to meet Eddie Van Halen." So I was like, "Wake up!" Like, what? Okay. So he's like, grab your guitar, grab my guitar. I go play. It was like a radio contest. You had to play. When I showed up, there was like these kids and they were playing like bullshit on the guitar, like, just like making noise at this point. So I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. So I start playing Eruption and, I'm doing the all that kind of stuff. And, they're like, holy shit, this guy's pretty good. So then they made me sing, which I can't sing. So that was terrible. But to win the contest is that they were actually in New York on Friday and they were in Philly on Saturday. So I went up to the Jon Stewart show in New York. And they play, you can look it up on YouTube. I think you see me at one point. I had a mullet then, so it's kind of weird. But I was there in the front row and they had like this meet and greet, whatever. You got to meet them, whatever. And then I'm talking with them and, I'm telling them about how he inspired me. And like, he made me I didn't even realize how much he inspired me until just recently when I revisited Van Halen again. But yeah, they were awesome guys. His guitar is loud as shit. Oh my God, it's so loud. Like to control that volume was insane. And yeah, we just did a little jam and that was that. And,
that's pretty cool.
It was pretty.
And that was Hagar was the singer at that point, right?
Yes. Yeah. It was
nice.
95 or 96 that happened. And then the crazy thing about the story is that we hung out with them. It was two crazy things. One, when we were waiting to meet them, we're in this waiting area and there's this group of guys that are standing there with us. And I'm talking to them like I don't know who they are or whatever. I'm just talking, oh yeah, I can't believe we're going to meet Van Halen. We're talking all like Van Halen geeking out like we do with carpets, like going down. I don't just geek out. When I geek out. Like, so we're talking about, all different things. And here it was Collective Soul. And I didn't even know it because they weren't even like, it's right when that song came out, Shine. And, they were awesome guys too. And they're like, I can't remember how, but I felt like an asshole. But I was like, oh yeah, so do you guys, where do you play? He's like, oh yeah, we're playing with Van Halen. We're opening up for him. I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, we're Collective Soul. I was like, oh, I feel like an asshole. And then they were playing in Philly the next night. I had front row? I had front row or second row seats. So I was telling Eddie and Sammy that I had, I was gonna see you guys tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And don't you know, he threw me a pick. I don't know if he remembered me from the night before or whatever, but like he's doing his solo spot. And I climb up on the top of the chair, being a hobbit and all. I have to get up, wave my hands way high in the air. And I'm like, Eddie, screaming, whatever. And then he fucking threw me a pick. And I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. So I got picks from him the night before and then an actual pick that he played his guitar solo in Philadelphia. It was, I don't know. That probably means nothing to nobody. Unless you're an Eddie Van Halen fan, but that was a highlight of my life. I don't know. This is how things sort of happen for me. I believe in this thing, I guess, to a certain point. If you think it enough, it seems to happen. And like the moment I picked up a guitar and saw Eddie Van Halen play, I was like, I'm going to meet this guy one day. I have to meet this guy. I have to meet him. He's such an influence on my life. I have to meet him. And sure enough, I did. Yeah, so here we are.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dom and Shan might not know, but my playlist includes a lot of Van Halen, Metallica.
There you go.
And I listen, like, now I've gotten into like Pantera and stuff, which I wish I got into more. But then like Alice in Chains, Soundgarden.
I met them too.
And then all the classic rock from the like Tesla to Rat to
like the 80s stuff.
Motley Crue,
Def Leppard,
I'm good with that.
Zeppelin, Def Leppard.
I'm good with that.
Freaking everything from the 70s, 80s, Black Sabbath, Ozzy, everything.
Oh, you're speaking my language, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I'm much younger. I'm like Metallica. I'd be Metallica. I'd be Nirvana. I'd be.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
Like all that kind of shit. See, the coolest thing that ever happened for me was I always wanted to see Metallica. Sorry, not Metallica. Actually, I want to see them too, but I always wanted to see Nirvana.
Okay.
Never happened. Then eventually Kurt Cobain died. Then the Foo Fighters started coming out, and I freaking loved the Foo Fighters. They were always my thing.
Right.
And eventually they're coming to Ottawa, and I don't think I've said it many times. I'm a paramedic in Ottawa. And one of the things I used to do is that you could sign up for any concert, right? And then I found out they were coming and I was too cheap to pay to go see them. So then I would sign in for overtime, and I was like, cool, okay, I got picked. I'm going for overtime to go for the Foo Fighters. I get there, we're like, 15 paramedics where they put us on all the different levels and all that shit. And then the Foo Fighters ask, and they're like, we need a crew just for us. I'm like, I'm fucking doing it. It was the coolest thing because I got to see the Foo Fighters. There's the mosh pit, then there's all the there's the gates, then there's all the security guard, then there's about 6 feet of empty space, the stage, and the band's right there. So they're like, we need 2 guys that are there just for us. If we get injured, nobody else, and we want them in front of the security guard beside us. Oh, I watched the entire concert looking up because they were 5 feet above me, and I could touch his feet. That's how close.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome. That was the coolest concert I've ever been to.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah, music is my other love, man. Oh yeah. I've been thinking about starting a music podcast, to be honest, but
that'd be cool.
Me and Schmitty.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because he's a drummer, right? We could talk music.
Oh yeah.
2 worlds collide.
I always find it fun. Sometimes it's like, I'll get drunk and then I'll put on like Moscow and just rewatch that whole concert because that's freaking cool. Just turn it up. It's never too loud.
Right. Wait, the Moscow Peace Festival? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Pantera opens it up and that was awesome.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, that was quite the tangent.
That's why I brought it up.
There you go.
That's pretty good. All right. So we're at 2.5 hours. I think
really?
3 people that actually is almost midnight here.
Well, we got 7 and we had a high of 11 people.
Now? Yeah. Oh, it's because of time change. That's why it feels much later.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Eric, I really, really appreciate you coming on. You're an amazing person. I love what you've done for so many years, and I love what you've done for the Morelia community. We appreciate you. You want to tell everybody how to get a hold of you, where they can find you, where they can listen to your podcast, all that kind of fun stuff?
Sure. MPR Network. You can follow me if you want to follow what I'm doing personally, EB Morelia, on Instagram. Morelia Python Radio for other stuff, and MPR Network is the YouTube channel to where basically all the YouTube stuff for all the podcasts we're doing will be there. So yeah, that's it.
Nice. And Shan, where can people meet you?
On Messenger, Facebook is usually, Instagram, just Shan Melanson. I also go by Snake Frenzy. That's about it.
Cool.
And Captain Michael.
You can find me on Facebook at Michael Gillen, and then you can also just message the Reptile Rejects on Instagram, and I'll get back to you because that's linked up to my Instagram. So yeah, pretty easy to get a hold of. And then also check us out on YouTube as you're watching YouTube. But for the listeners on the other platforms, you can always check us out on YouTube. And we'll have these episodes out a week in advance live on YouTube, but they won't be released to Spotify and all that for another week.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
Thanks, Eric.
So just one more things for everybody. Of course, sign up for Spotify, press all those little buttons, subscribe and all that. But if you're not watching this and you are listening to it on Spotify and all that, you should go on YouTube just to look at Michael's stash. It's he shaved. He's got a really weird looking little mustache there, and he used to have this gigantic thing growing on his hair. He's not wearing a hat today, and it's just very different. Honestly, everybody just log in.
You can see that on the Snakes and Stogies episode from a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a lot more hairy that time. Anyway, for anybody who just wants to log on just for that, you should definitely do it. To everybody, a huge thank you. Thank you, Eric, for logging on. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah,
and everybody, thanks for listening to